goalies and defenses around the league, and they talk about how deceptive his shot can be and how it can really freeze you up. I want to see more of that because I think they're going to need it. And this is a guy who loves big games, loves big moments. He was among the group a year ago who's like, this is my first time experiencing this in a long time, and boy, I hate this feeling. I don't want to experience this again. And so that's a player that I would look at. Like, if you can get him going and firing again, that would bode well for what you're talking about, a potential series victory.
Yeah, I hope he does sort of adjust back to the the shooting mentality, because like I think the adjustments he's made to be more of a playmaker this year have been great. It's been great for him. It's been great for his line mates. But I think you get to the playoffs, like, it was good to get them through the regular season and get them to the playoffs. Now you're in the playoffs, you need David Pastrnak to be the guy. You need him to be the guy putting the puck in the net.
Yeah, absolutely. Garvin, who do you have that you want to see get going here?
I'm going to agree with the geeky sentiments. I think this team would really benefit from having another top-end player putting the puck in the back of the net. So I'm hoping that he's kind of woken up and that he eventually gets to 40 goals here and keeps on the hot streak.
Absolutely. Well, this has been a special 3-hour edition of the Shaw's and Star Market Hockey Show.
That was fun, Ty.
That was fun. That was great. Thank you to everyone again for joining us. Pre-game warm-up is about to begin. Bob and Ryan had you guys on the call here. And here we go. Bruins Lightning. Everyone enjoy the rest of your day. Talk to you next week.
Boston Bruins hockey. Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, TD Bank, Service Credit Union, and by Catches Law.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over. The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Mass Mutual, Avidia Bank, Wendy's, Live Nation, the Peterson School, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Big Y, Nicely Done, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From TD Garden, this is Boston Bruins hockey. This afternoon, a potential playoff clinching game for the Bruins. Win and they get in as they take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Great to have you with us alongside Bob Beers. I'm Ryan Johnston. Today's storylines are brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado, where dependability comes standard. Well, a lot going on today. Before we get to today's game, a quick note. James Hagans has signed his entry-level contract earlier this week. Will not play today. Marco Sturm said yesterday he wants to give Hagans a little bit more time to get himself ready for the NHL, get to know the system a little bit better. So we may see him before the end of the regular season. We may not, but he is officially a member of the Boston Bruins, and everyone's excited about that.
I think it was foregone conclusion. It was going to happen. It was just a matter of when. But until you sign on the dotted line, but no guarantees going to play. I know a lot of people want him to play and, anxious to watch him play. But there's a lot of factors here. It's not just, let's just get him in the lineup. The fact that, which is a crazy rule, by the way, and I don't know why that rule is in place, that if he plays one game here, he cannot play in Providence in the playoffs this year. It's bizarre to me, but that's the rules that they have to go by. So if they want him to have a run in the playoffs, not in the NHL, he can't play, between now and Tuesday. So that still remains to be seen. Right now, to me, it looks like let's get him in here. Let's get him a taste of practice, of what it's like to be around these guys, get to know some of them a little bit better than maybe, he would have during development camp. He probably wouldn't know any of these guys, but he didn't go to camp. So it's, opportunity for him to come in and just get used to the lifestyle, I guess. You know, the Bruins will play tomorrow in Columbus, so, you know, game today, get on a plane, you know, play tomorrow, you know, knowing how much these games mean. So it's not a foregone conclusion that he plays. They have a plan, and they're not sharing it with us, so we'll wait and see exactly what happens. But it's just important to note, if he plays here, and he cannot play in Providence.
Right.
For the playoffs this year.
Right. And then taking that out of the equation, it's also, you know, a chance to clinch a playoff spot today. These are very important games still left on the schedule here, obviously, as they try and get into the postseason. And let's talk about that, because the Bruins come back here to TD Garden after a winless 4-game road trip to Florida, Tampa, Philadelphia, and Carolina. The last 2 games, they did pick up points, including rallying back from a 2-goal deficit to force the game into overtime in Carolina, ultimately lost to the Hurricanes 6-5. But in that game, Morgan Geekie broke a 17-game scoring drought with a hat trick, a huge boost for Marco Sturm's team.
He was good. Even I know he screwed up there on the one, but you know, I think the whole bench was just happy that he scored. And you know, we need him. We don't need a Morgan Geekie to be down. You know, it doesn't matter if it's scoring or not, but hopefully that helps them moving forward.
Yeah, look, if you're a scorer and you're not scoring, it's going to weigh on you, no matter what you say or how you conduct yourself. And he handled himself like a pro. I mean, he showed up, he worked hard every day, and, you know, no complaining there, answer the questions. But until you score, you know, you're going to be asked those questions. So let's hope that this is a step, and we've seen him go on tears before once he starts to score, and that's going to be just a huge boost for them. Pastnak's got a chance for 30 goals and 100 points here today.
Yeah.
You know, he's at 29 and 99 right now. So, you know, it's not only from a standpoint of a team, which is more important, obviously, to get themselves into the playoffs, but also, you know, for individual, you know, that's some pretty good numbers for Pastrnak, and he puts himself in some great company in some Boston greats.
No doubt about it. And for Geekie, that hat trick gives him a team-high 37 goals on the season. Now he says it's time to officially punch their ticket to the postseason, and he'd like to get it done today.
You know, I think it kind of speaks for itself, just the magnitude of these games and how important they are to getting off, you know, on the right foot. So, you know, we're kind of just focused on tomorrow, and we know we can kind of control our own destiny. So, just try to put ourselves, you know, in a position to play a good solid 60 minutes and try to get at it right away.
Yeah, a little bit of a break, but not much. Tampa Bay doesn't look like Radish is going to play here today for Tampa Bay, and that's he's been such a big part of their defense, you know, with over 20 goals this season. So him and Hedman out of the lineup, but they've been doing it all year with guys out of the lineup. And you know, this is a team that's been resilient all season long. They know it's going to be a tough afternoon. They have not beaten either of the Florida teams this season. They've lost every game against the Panthers and the Lightning so far, but they've been in position to win the games against the Lightning. They just haven't been able to find a way to finish them off.
Yeah, Marco Sturm, speaking downstairs a little bit ago, said we've played 40 minutes or 50 minutes against Tampa Bay this year. We haven't been able to play all 60 yet. Yep. So that's what they need to do today. Well, going back to the Carolina game the other night, Jonas Korpisalo coming on in relief of Jeremy Swayman after Swayman had given up 5 goals. Korpi pitched a shutout for the second half of regulation in order to get them into overtime and earn them a point. And David Pastrnak among those who was appreciative.
It was incredible. You know, we always, like I said the other night, relied on the goalies, and you know, Korpi and Sway, obviously that's on us, but Korpi made some crazy saves, you know, and again, like, it's double frustrating not to get the win for him. You know, that's 2 nights, you know, obviously my full last game and today again, so tough because he deserved better than the outcome is.
Yeah, a couple different overtimes, right? You know, that overtime against Philly wasn't pretty right from the drop of the puck, and I don't think they touched the puck against Carolina
Never
either.
did.
So yeah. You know, but they get the points, and Korpisalo was a huge reason why. I mean, he was outstanding against the Flyers, and then coming in relief, you know, on a day that Swayman did not have his best, but I think it's fair to say that there were a lot of mistakes made in front of him as well, you know, and could he have come up with a couple of those saves? You hope he can, and he wasn't able to in that game. And Korpisalo was I mean, he was dialed in. He was locked in. He was outstanding. He made some great saves in that game against Carolina. It started right from Blake, Jackson Blake. He was behind the defense. Everybody had left the zone, and he's all alone with Korpisalo. That was his first big save. But he made some big ones in the third period to preserve that opportunity to get a point.
So Jeremy Swayman's back in there today. Stopped 20 out of 22 in the loss to Tampa when these teams met down in Florida a week ago today. Bruins and the Lightning coming up. Here's a look at what's on deck, brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at TimberTech.com. We'll go around the NHL, including the Islanders in need of points to keep their hopes alive.
You just got to win one game at a time. I mean, we woke up 2 days ago and we were 3 points out, and, the standings look almost insurmountable.
We'll hear Bob's chat with Bruins head coach Marco Sturm.
We got to go after that D. We want to play there, and we got to make sure we're going to finish them.
And up next, we'll preview today's opponent, the Tampa Bay Lightning, here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HRV.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R.
I love shows about survivalists, eager to test themselves under the most extreme conditions. Of course, when you consider weather events these days, wildfires, hurricanes, torrential rain, and flooding, we're all survivalists. Visit the Resource Center at safetyinsurance.com and be prepared to protect your family, your property, even your business. The forecast calls for safety. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life storms.
Hey, it's Charlie McAvoy. I love working with Service Credit Union because I believe in their mission to support the health, safety, and financial well-being of first responders. They put people before profits, and this season, Service Credit Union is giving back in a big way through our 73 Reasons campaign. Donating $200 for every block shot and $1,000 for every shutout, up to $250,000. Service Credit Union, success built on trust, banking built on service. Join the team and learn more at servicecu.org.
The Shaw's and Star Market Foundation have teamed up with 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time Boston feeds the puck to help score a goal, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to end hunger here in Eastern Mass. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure their neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive. Locally, with each assist, the foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help our neighbors in need. Learn more at 98.5thesportshub.com/feed the puck.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Felger and Mass, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
Turns it by the net, Moser. Pass, stolen, Suzuki! Score! Unbelievable, Slavkovsky! Lightning had a turnover, they bumped it by the net. Suzuki set up Slavkovsky. He scores to make it 2-1.
Back here at TD Garden, Tampa Bay Lightning in town to take on the Bruins today. Second straight Saturday matchup between these two teams. Lightning took the last one 3-1, but since then they've lost 3 in a row to Buffalo, Ottawa, and Montreal. It's not what John Cooper wants to see as they get ready for the playoffs.
We've got more wins than losses this year, and we're still, we're still in the playoff spot. We're just probably not playing like a playoff team right now. But we'll turn the page and move on.
Yeah, they come into this game here today. They're actually 4 points behind the Buffalo Sabres and 2 points behind the Canadiens. They do have a game in hand on Buffalo. But, making their trip around the other Atlantic Division teams here, it hasn't gone as well as they had hoped. That game against Montreal, they actually tied the game late, only to have that goal scored against them. And in regulation, you can imagine what the center bell was like up in Montreal. They're just salivating right now at playoff hockey. You still have a chance at first place. For them, I think it's more about health and then trying to get your game in order. Hagel's going to play today. He's been banged up.
Yeah, he's missed the last 5 in a row.
Yeah, Cirelli had missed a game there. Radish is not going to play today. Hedman is out for personal reasons. At this time of year, there are guys that are banged up that we don't know about, and that's certainly the case in the Bruins. It's Marco Sturm's mentioned it a couple times in the last few days that, you know, there are definitely guys that are banged up, and it had something to do with the schedule the last 3 days and how he doled out the workload, right? One day completely off, one day was a light day, kind of a skills day, and then, you know, and then a full practice yesterday. But knowing that you won't skate today in the morning, obviously, and then you won't skate tomorrow with a 6 o'clock game and back-to-back games. So Columbus, by the way, is they play tonight in Montreal, 7 o'clock. So it's, you know, as much as it was a disadvantage, I thought, last week for the Bruins having to come from Tampa to go up and play Philadelphia on short rest, with Philadelphia sitting there waiting for you, the Bruins will gain a little bit of an advantage tomorrow. But I'd love to see them get this thing done today. They would like to see it get done today. And not only clinch a playoff spot today, so it's not hanging over your head, but to end this 4-game losing streak.
Right.
And, you know, get back to playing your kind of hockey.
Yeah, and for Tampa, look, they know they're in the postseason. They've already clinched their berth, but their seeding, as you said, still very much up for grabs here. How much do they care about where they finish in the Atlantic Division? Maybe not that much, but defenseman Ryan McDonough knows they've got to get playoff ready here in the next few games.
They're all important. You know, we want to feel good about our game, and it's great at times, and it gets away from us at times. But you know, that's the way the game goes, and we'll keep fighting and clawing and do whatever we can to win. You know, the last 3 games for us.
You know, he's saying all the right things there, right? But at the same time, they're a veteran group. They're a pretty confident group. I'm sure that they feel that they can get their game back at any time.
Sure.
You know, but you're playing against, I mean, like Montreal's excited, right now. This is a little bit new for them. Buffalo, definitely new for them. They're excited, right? And these two teams had a knockdown, drag out the last time that Buffalo and Tampa played 2 games ago, I should say. Ottawa's charging hard. They're right behind the Bruins in the standings. They're in the second wild card. You got 3 teams that are playing some really good hockey that Tampa just had to play.
Yeah, for Tampa, this is their 5th straight game against Atlantic Division rivals, all of them who look like they're going to get into the playoffs, or at least are right now in the playoff spot, including the Ottawa Senators, and, of course, twice in there for the Bruins. Time now for our Catches Law injury report. Once again, no significant injuries to report for the Bruins entering today's game. Injury report brought to you by Catches Law, the official law firm of the Boston Bruins. They've won over $3 billion for their clients. When you're injured and can't work, turn to Catches Law. No fee unless you win. Go to catcheslaw.com and schedule your free consultation today. Checking the Sports Hub headlines coming up next here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Ah, New England spring. We're so ready to get outside and celebrate with all the deliciousness from Big Y. Charcuterie expertly plated, oh so nicely. Shrimp with cocktail sauce, chilled and spicy. Spiral ham glazed to perfection. Candies, cakes, and other sweet confections. Ah, yes, spring has finally sprung. Big Y. Nicely done.
Reed's Ferry Shed Spring Sale. 10% off every Reed's Ferry Shed ends tomorrow. Every size, style, and color. Lock in 10% off and your spring delivery date. But again, 10% off ends tomorrow, the 12th. So visit Reed's Ferry, see acres of sheds open today till 5. Or shop online at reedsferry.com. Then make the call. 10% off ends tomorrow at Reed's Ferry Sheds, and you'll get a good one.
This season, Delta Dental of Massachusetts is proud to partner with the Boston Celtics radio network for the MVV of the game, our most valuable veteran. Do you know a military veteran who deserves recognition? Share their story today on the contest page at 985thesportshub.com. Every nomination is a salute to the brave men and women who've worn the uniform and a chance for them to win 2 tickets to an upcoming game and be honored on the air. Enter today at 985thesportshub.com. Proudly presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts.
Upgrade your home with an electric heat pump from Super Service today. A smart way to stay cool in the summer and warm in the winter while using less energy, lowering your costs and reducing your carbon footprint. Visit superservicetoday.com.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
The Pats play on the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
The Celtics took to the Pelicans on Friday night, dominating the Pels by a 144-118 final. Sam Hauser led the way for Boston with 24 points. The Celtics are back in action Sunday night against the Magic. Pre-game begins at 5:30 p.m., and that game can be heard on WROR 105.7. The Red Sox, meanwhile, took a 3-2 loss to Dustin May, who stunk in Boston, by the way, Friday night in St. Louis. The Red Sox and Cards are back at it Saturday night with a 7:10 p.m. first pitch out in St. Louis. And the third day of the Masters is currently underway. Rory McIlroy currently has a 6-stroke lead over the field. The new Bruins TD Garden app is here. Download the official team app to access the latest team news, game highlights, special offers, and more. Plus, download today and enter for a chance to win 2 tickets to the Bruins' April 14th home game, a $100 gift card to the Pro Shop powered by 47, and a $100 gift card to Banner's Kitchen and Tap. Visit bostonbruins.com/mobile app to download. I'm Ty Anderson. Ryan and Bob will take you around the NHL next on 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealer.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. Check out the rugged Honda Pilot, Ridgeline, CR-V, and Passport, all from the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.49% APR on a 2026 Pilot, a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V, or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport or 2026 Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details. Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit kbb.com for more information.
Hi, it's Jason Todd from Blue Sky Restoration. All hockey season, Blue Sky is restoring historic garden moments on the ice. Tune in to today's game on the Bruins Radio Network to hear this date in history, restored by Blue Sky. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. Restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
For nearly 4 decades, WellPoint has proudly provided health coverage to Massachusetts residents through the Group Insurance Commission. If you're insured through the GIC, WellPoint offers a variety of plan options to meet your needs with comprehensive medical benefits. Based right here in Massachusetts, WellPoint is committed to supporting state and municipal employees and their families who serve our Commonwealth. WellPoint is here for your whole health, physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being. To learn more, visit wellpointmass.com.
Hey, it's Patrice Bergeron to talk about Bank's free checking account. It's something Boston hockey fans will love because it scores big benefits. First, get your paycheck up to 2 days early. Second, enjoy free ATMs nationwide through the Sun and All Point networks. That's over 56,000 ATMs coast to coast. And third, never worry about minimum balances or monthly fees. Now that's a hat trick. Score your account in branch or online in just 5 minutes. It's easier than an empty net goal. Get details now at avidiabank.com/Team Bergeron. Bank, honest to goodness. Member FDIC, member DIF.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law Group. There's something about Bruins hockey, toughness, tradition, and pride that runs deep in New England. That same mindset is how Catches Law Group was built for over 40 years. We've been this region's hometown law firm, fighting for our neighbors and recovering over $3 billion for the people who count on us. We are real trial lawyers who deliver real results. Because when the pressure's on, you need a team built to battle. Visit catcheslaw.com to schedule your free consultation today.
The Bruins play on the Sports Hub.
Bruins and Lightning coming up from TD Garden as we take a look around the NHL. Some big games today, including the Senators at the Islanders. A 1 o'clock face-off. Isles coach Pete DeBoer trying to get his new team back into a playoff spot.
You just got to win one game at a time. I mean, we woke up 2 days ago and we were 3 points out, and, the standings looked almost insurmountable. We won one game yesterday, and we'll wake up today and we feel pretty good. We're right there.
Yeah, timing of his hire was very interesting. They had a bunch of days off, which is, unheard of this time of year. Well, the Bruins just had 3, but they had a bunch of days off, and then they were playing Toronto, and Toronto dressed an American Hockey League lineup against the Islanders. So they get the first win under Pete DeBoer, but today will be a much bigger test, stiffer test. They play at 1 o'clock, so it's Ottawa visiting Long Island. Ottawa right now, a Bruins loss and an Ottawa win, Bruins loss in regulation and an Ottawa win, puts Ottawa into the first wild card spot, drops the Bruins down to the second wild card spot. Ottawa would be tied with the Bruins in points, but they own the tiebreaker right now. So the Senators have been charging hard. They've been playing some really good hockey. This should be a good game here today between these two teams.
Yeah, Ottawa can clinch a playoff berth with a win and a Red Wings loss today as well. Islanders are 1 point behind the Flyers for third place in the Metro Division.
They got a better chance there, yeah.
Yeah. Capitals at the Penguins at 3 o'clock today. Kings will host the Oilers. Oilers need 1 point to get into a playoff berth there. And then later on today, Devils at the Red Wings at 5 p.m. Todd McClellan's Red Wings 3 points out of a playoff spot with 3 to play.
Again, if I have to give them a message to make them aware of where they're at, forget about where Jersey's at. It's about where we're at and what we need to get done. I expect that our guys at 5 o'clock will be as ready to play as they've been in any game throughout the year.
Yeah, you would expect it. They had their destiny in their own hands not that long ago. They were actually near the top of the division. And they've really struggled. I mean, you just look at the wins and losses here over the last little while. 3 wins in their last 10 games, and that's seen them plummet right out of the playoff spot.
That's our look around the NHL. Marco Sturm will join us next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The game is on, and the snacks from Big Y? Oh, yeah. Freshly made wings, platters, pizzas, and 30-inch super subs. Big Y makes the crowd go wild. Big Y, nicely done.
Big on flavor, big on comfort, and big on value. The 99 restaurants' $14.99 big deal meals are now available every day, all day. So hurry in today or every day for our juicy chopped sirloin. You gotta love the 9s.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
What's that, Nelson? No hot water? No problem. Joe Murray here from my friends at Super Service Today. They have hundreds of water heaters in stock and ready to roll. Tank style, tankless, indirect, and combination systems. And same-day service is what they do best. Whatever it takes, day or night, and always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com.
Get it done. Get it done right. Get it done right away. Call superservicetoday.com.
Surfside iced tea and lemonade with vodka. Light, refreshing, 100 calories. No bubbles, and it pairs perfectly with the day on the golf course. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Planet Fitness invites you to cheer on all the marathon runners outside their Natick location on the route. Get down to the Natick Planet Fitness between 10 and 1 on Marathon Monday to win tickets to Zach Brown, Hardy, Zach Bryan, major sporting events, and enjoy free tacos from Cinco Chile's Taqueria. Don't miss a live DJ all event long. So bring your whole family to Planet Fitness in Natick at 215 West Central, right on the route for the best marathon party in the area. Planet Fitness Natick is the marathon spot.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
Our pregame interview with Marco Sturm is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety.
Marco, you set to take on the Lightning here today. Take me through the mindset the last 3 days. It's not often with this crazy schedule that you get the 3 days off. I know you took 1 day off completely, partial practice 1 day, and then yesterday full practice. What did you try to emphasize here over the 3 days?
Well, a lot of things. First of all, we played 7 games in 11 nights, so that was big. Mentally, I think physically we were actually pretty good. I was really happy about it. Even in Carolina, we squeezed everything out of us. But also mentally, I thought guys were maybe not as sharp because they're tired. We're on the road, we travel. So that was in mind. There's guys banged up. I think they needed some rest. That's why it was like the skill day on the second day, just to keep some of the guys off who played a lot of minutes and are banged up. And and coming home, not winning a game on the road, I thought it's just overall it made sense to do that and kind of recharge and regroup and be all excited here for the last 3 games.
You know, you kind of shorten your bench against Carolina, especially in the third period. You're behind, I know. Plus, you had the 3 days off. I mean, how much did that kind of factor into it? And how do you see yourself managing your bench here the next 3 games?
Yeah, no, it's all about getting points here, especially in that race we're in right now. So, and there's times I have to do it, definitely. I mean, I know we had some days off, and I can push those guys, and they came back, so good for them. So now today's another day, and we try to push push and get those points much as we can, so to make this happen.
Sway's been your guy most of the season, going back to him here today, but talk about Corpy and what he did, not only against Philly, but also coming in that game against Carolina.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. Oh, I said it all year long. It's so nice to have two really good goaltenders, especially the schedule we have this year. So, Sway, like you said, Sway's been outstanding all year long, but Corpy was really, really good the other night and even the nights before, and that's all what we want. We need to feel good. It doesn't matter who's going to be in and out or not in net. So, again, Corpy, both our goalies give us that, and I think that the guys were very happy the way Corpy played too, because he's a good teammate. He's almost like a perfect backup, but no, everyone was really happy.
You got Tampa here this afternoon. You just played them recently. They're battling for first place. You've played them tight. You've played them pretty well this year, but you haven't come out on top. Let's go back to just the last time you played them. What you liked for the first maybe 40 minutes, and maybe what you didn't like in the third.
Yeah, no, we just, we couldn't really finish 60 minutes, and I think that's a little bit the theme against them. Could be the first game we played them here. Could be the outdoor game. Same thing. We got away for like 10, 15 minutes in the second period. That was it. In Tampa, 5, 6, 7 minutes, we got away from it, and they did it again. So that's something we have to improve, just to stay focused and stay fresh. Whatever we do out there, to make sure we're going to play for 60 minutes.
I know that. I mean, when you game plan for other teams, you talk about adapting and things, but they have a superstar player in Kucherov. What makes him so good, and how do you guys have to defend him? Where do you really have to pay attention?
Yeah, no, he's a very dangerous guy. First of all, we got to keep him off the power play. I think that's his. Yeah, that's his spot, and we always talk about Leon's spot there, and McDavid, but Kucherov is probably one of the best, on the flank there. So we don't want to give him that opportunity first. So. Staying out of the box, that's huge. There's times we shut him down, and he gets frustrated. He's a guy who can get frustrated, but all of a sudden, one shift, he's there. So that makes him so dangerous too. So you have to know when he's out there. We gotta keep everything up above for us. Keep everything we got to stay on top of his game, and also where he is. It doesn't matter which zone. So, again, those are the superstars. They don't need much room and not much time, and it could be one shift, and all of a sudden he hurts you. So that's him right there.
Lastly, for you, how do you attack them? Like, when you get the puck in the offensive zone, you guys are a team that likes to cycle. Like, where do you look to attack them?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think if we take one weakness out of them, it's definitely the D group, especially with Hedman out. Might be Radish out too tonight. So again, we got to go after that D. We want to play there, and we gotta make sure we're gonna finish them. And like I said, stay above all night. I think that's going to be the key.
Appreciate it, Marco. Good luck your day. That's head coach Marco Sturm. Bruins Lightning next.
On Tuesday in Carolina, Morgan Geekie and the offense finally woke up, but it wasn't enough to close out the road trip with a win. Near side, Svechnikov of the circle. Aho throws it in front, score! Jacob Slavin redirecting that one in. Carolina wins it 6-5 in overtime. Now they're back on home ice, but the James Hagens era will have to wait another day as they prepare for a matinee battle with Tampa. It's the Bruins and Lightning coming up next.
This is Boston Bruins hockey.
Cross to Esposito, a shot.
Cam Neely, wow.
Nathan Horton wins game 7 in overtime.
Geekie scores. And there is point number 100 for Pasta and goal number 30 for Morgan Geekie.
Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers. Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Stout Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, Service Credit Union, TD Bank, and by Catches Law.
Outstanding!
Great glove save by Chambers.
Backhand, it'll save Thomas. Swayman made a great stop with the far post.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Mass Mutual, Avidia Bank, Wendy's, Live Nation, The Peterson School, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Big Y, Nicely Done, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Back to Orr. Put in. His 100th point. Backhand score of a penalty shot for Raymond Gort.
David Pasternak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron! Bergeron! And the Bruins win the series!
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
And we're at TD Garden. Bruins, with 3 games to go in the regular season, can sew up a playoff spot with a victory here this afternoon. What's the biggest key to doing that?
I think the formula they had last time they played, this team, they really kept, Kucherov very quiet in that game. They checked him well. They frustrated him. His body language was hilarious a couple times going off the ice. And then, Tampa was able to break through in the third period, but having that 60-minute effort, but, staying out of the box is something you talked about. That's the obvious one because he's so gifted on the power play. And sometimes you can game plan against, a great player, and he just has a great game. But, that's going to be an area. You're going to get the last change here. You have the benefit of the last change against him here today. That's going to be the big one. With Radish out of the lineup, they're a little ravaged with some injuries right now. They got a couple guys that are banged up. But, I think the opportunity to sew up a playoff spot with a W here today, a good performance, coming off a 4-game losing streak, is motivation enough coming in.
Keys to the game brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Face-Off is next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Builders, remodelers, and homeowners, listen up. Partner with one of the most trusted, independently owned lumberyards and showrooms around, Cape Cod Lumber and CCL Homescapes. Check out CCL Homescapes for your Anderson 400 Series windows and doors for your next project. Anderson is the #1 trusted window and door brand. CCL, your go-to supplier for Anderson 400 Series windows and doors. Visit us online or come and see us in person in Abington. CCL, 100% employee owned and operated.
Mass Mutual presents an uncomfortable pregame conversation between goalie UC Saros and center Ryan O'Reilly.
Hey, Juice, what are your financial goals?
No goals.
Like, no goals for retirement?
No goals.
What about a new home?
No goals.
Good talk. See you on the ice.
No goals.
Planning and protection on and off the ice. Go to massmutual.com today.
Here's another key to why nobody does it like Town Fair Tire. Free 30-day test drive. Try your tires for 30 days, and if you're not happy for any reason, you can bring them back free of charge. Go to townfairtire.com to see more key reasons why nobody does it like Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
Here at TD Garden, Bruins and Lightning getting ready. Let's get today's national anthem presented by Mass Mutual, planning and protection on and off the ice. Here's Todd Angeli.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Todd Angley with the national anthem as we get set for the opening face-off here between the Lightning and the Bruins. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. In goal for Tampa Bay is Andrei Vasilevsky. On defense, the pairing of Emil Lilleberg and Charles-Edouard Dastou. Up front, it's Jake Gensel, Braden Point, and Gage Gonsalves. For the Bruins, it'll be Jeremy Swayman in goal, Hampus Lindholm, Mason Lohrei, your defenseman up front, Morgan Geekie, Elias Lindholm, and David Pastrnak. Starting lineup is brought to you by Big Y, celebrating 90 years. It's not just our anniversary, it's yours too. You're the Y.
And the first 5 minutes of today's game are presented by your New England Ford dealers, America's best-selling trucks for 49 years. Bruins here on home ice in the black sweaters, black helmets, and pants. An overall record of 28-10-1 here at TD Garden this season. Lightning in their road white sweaters, white helmets, and blue pants. As we get it underway, puck gets dumped in toward Jeremy Swayman. Takes a funny hop out of the corner toward the side of the net. It'll be sent around toward that far side. Bruins in control. Hampus Lindholm clears it out toward center ice. Tap back toward the Boston line. Elias Lindholm gets it back to Mason Lohrei. He skates it up toward the center of his blue line, cuts to his left, got it to Pastrnak, in across the Tampa line they come. Geekie trying to get it to the front was blocked. Hampa's trying to settle a bouncing puck, knocked away from him toward that far side wall. Now thrown back out in front, and Geekie a chance, but Vasilevsky with the stick to knock that away.
It's an alert play by Vasilevsky. Good pass from Pastrnak. Hard pass from that left wing corner out to Geekie right in front.
Hampus Lindholm will dump it right back in here from the red line. Rattles around toward the near side. Dastou takes a hit from Pastrnak in the near corner. Around that far side wall. Puck is kept in and thrown toward the net.
That changed directions on the way in.
Near side corner. Zaka takes a hit. Middlestat.
Somebody's got a broken stick down
on
there.
The near side boards. Puck kicks in behind the net. And it'll be played back toward McAvoy, stepping in from the right point. Oh, backdoor pass for Arvidsson, jumped over his stick. Here's a drive by Zaka, turned away. Near side circle, and in the battle for possession, McAvoy hits the deck against Nick Paul. Puck out toward the blue line, comes out into neutral ice. Paul will flip it forward from the red line. Aspero backhanded behind the net. McAvoy around toward the near side. Off of Arvidsson, grabbed by Zaka. Lost it coming through center. And the Lightning trying to get back on the attack. Puck comes across to the near side. McDonough, both teams getting some changes here. Directed towards Cirelli into the Bruins zone. Zadorov circles back behind the Boston net. Towards Zaka along the near side. Out to neutral ice. Picked off by Cirelli. Right back in they come. Hagel's pass redirected off Husnadinov's stick. In the corner, Peak around to Zadorov. And here's Husnadinov. Couldn't catch up with that puck over by the Boston bench. Eric Chernak back inside his own zone. Pass directed into the Bruins end by Cirelli. And Peak is there. Tampa changing. Back into the Tampa Bay zone. Circling back behind his net is J.J. Moser. Going to carry out toward his own blue line. Angles it off the near side boards. And overskated by Declan Carlisle. Tossed back into the Tampa Bay zone. Moser going back into the near corner under pressure.
Still got that broken stick down there that he was trying to navigate around.
Kastelik able to get it back deep. Minton in that far corner now as well. Puck tangled along the wall. Played back in behind by Connor Geekie. Morgan's little brother. On the near side boards. Collisions all over the place.
Moser took Jeannot into the boards. Jeannot was a little off balance there, but not a lot of ice time for this line in the third period against Carolina the other day. Talking about the fourth line for the Bruins.
Here's Jeannot coming back through the neutral zone. Cuts in across the Tampa Bay line. Runs into four white sweaters.
Lohrei a little shaken up on that last shift. Just got off the ice.
Lilleberg gives over to Dastou from the red line. He will dump in around the far side boards. Angled off the wall toward the center of the blue line. Comes back toward Dastou off his skate. McAvoy plays out of the corner. Kastelik sends it through the middle over to the far side, and Middlestat will get it out into neutral ice. Over 3.5 minutes gone here in this first period. Lightning near their own blue line. Sagel turns back a little deeper into his own zone. Now Dastou going to carry it out into neutral ice. Gonsalves on the left side. Over to that far side, and Jake Gensel will play it back in behind the Bruins net. Aspero cut it off back there. Sent up the wall. Arvidsson will take it from there and bring the Bruins out. Finds McAvoy cutting out across his own blue line. Dumps in from the red. Vasilevsky stops it in behind the net. Moser's pass picked off by Elias Lindholm. His shot attempt blocked. Tried to get it back in front. Hit the outside of the net. Now Arvidsson turns it to his forehand going back in behind. Centering pass missed. Zadorov coming on from the bench, though, to keep it alive was Geeky. Now Peak circles back in behind the Tampa Bay net. Elias going around that far side post. Bringing it out in front. The Lightning will clear it. Morgan Geeky back for the Bruins to Peak near side. Dumps in from the red line. Got through Vasilevsky behind the net. Elias Lindholm crashing into the far corner against Paul. Around the near side boards, it'll be tipped out by Gonsalves. Loose near the red line and dumped into the Bruins' end. Swayman to Peak. Behind the net to Zadorov. Minton now on the far side. Will step up the left wing side and dump in. Takes a hop out of the far corner. Vasilevsky with a rolling puck had to settle it behind the net. 5 minutes even gone here in the first. Gianni Gord gains the Bruins line. Kusnedinov in the far corner. Can't get it away from Paul. Puck in behind the net. Grabbed by Hampus Lindholm coming toward the near side. Gord takes away and sends one through the slot off the far boards. And here's Lohrei. He whips it across ice, and Kusnedinov will backhand it in from the right wing. Lilleberg, far circle.
Right into traffic.
He certainly did and turned it over. Kusnedinov, wide-angle shot, save made. Rebound poked away from the crease by Vasilevsky. Lifted up and out of the zone here into Bruins territory, and chance for Connor Geeky right in front of Swayman.
I don't think Lohrei realized he was there, flying down that left wing side. And they made that high aerial pass into space and allowed Geeky to skate into it.
Jump in by Janot. Pass due in the far corner. Lost it. Puck angle off the far wall, but it'll come out of the zone as Zadorov was coming on from the bench. Be dumped back in here by Sabourin. And Janot peels it off the wall far side. Over 6 minutes into this first period. Puck is directed through the neutral zone here off of Castellan. Coming through the neutral ice is Kucherov. Springs Hagel into the Bruins zone, and he put it just wide on the far side post.
Tighter there. That's Zadorov and Peak. I mean, they got Hagel full flight there. Kucherov did, coming through the middle of the ice.
Puck in the neutral ice, back near the Lightning line. Cirelli now at the Boston line. Hagel gets knocked down by Zadorov near circle. Peak along the near wall against Cirelli. Still battling for possession. Now it squirts free. Hagel got it into the middle, right back to Cirelli. Pass got through Kucherov and goes all the way back down to the Tampa Bay zone.
Good pace.
7 minutes in.
Haven't had a whistle.
Pass gets directed into the Bruins zone by Gensel. McAvoy from the near circle. Geeky gets it to Elias Lindholm just inside the Tampa Bay line. Vasilevsky will clear it out from behind the net. Pasternak takes away along the far side circle. Now it's Geeky. Pasternak coming in behind. Gets knocked down by Chernak. Back into that far corner once again. Elias Lindholm gets it back off the wall. They get it to McAvoy, top of the right circle. Shot blocked off Gonsalves.
Yeah, hit the shaft of his stick.
Aspero to McAvoy on that far side. Gave it up and got it right back, and then fanned on it. And now it's a foot race up ice. Braden Point gets to it in the Bruins zone, but Aspero got back.
Point was at the end of his shift, and Aspero was able to angle him off.
Aspero coming behind the Bruins net with the puck. McAvoy pass out through center. Kusnedinov helps it into the Tampa Bay zone. 8 minutes in. Around the far side. Hampus Lindholm cross ice. Asimov. They'll push it around behind the net. Kusnedinov kept it free for Minton. Tried to turn it back in front, but ran into Gord. And Minton can't get his stick to it. Ended up going down to a knee. Dastu going to bring it toward the near side. Bjorkstrand played back into neutral ice. And we got a whistle as the Lightning are offside. 11:35 left in the first period. No score in the early going here at TD Garden. Bruins and Lightning on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Ah, New England spring. We're so ready to get outside and celebrate with all the deliciousness from Big Y. Charcuterie expertly plated, oh so nicely. Shrimp with cocktail sauce, chilled and spicy. Spiral haze to perfection. Candies, cakes, and spring has finally sprung. Big Y done.
At Citizens, we help make sense of your money and all your money questions.
Are you renting or finally buy?
How big of a nest should my nest egg be?
Is cash still king?
If money talks, what's it say to me?
Can I become king of the hill in Beacon Hill?
Whatever money question.com/made ready. Member FDIC.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
This is Boston's home for sports.
First 5 minutes of today's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers, America's best-selling trucks for 49 years. We played 8 minutes and 25 seconds of continuous hockey from the opening puck drop to the first whistle.
Yeah, some good opportunities. I think the puck ever got to Geekie in front of the net, but that was one of the first shifts of the game. And then the opportunity there for Zacha in the slot. The Bruins trying to attack this defense that's depleted right now, and the Tampa Bay Lightning, and that's what Marco Sturm told us as much. Like, that's where we have to go after them. It's where we have to take advantage of them.
Again, no Hedman and no Radish today as well for Tampa Bay. As Lorai will play it off the far side boards. Geekie flings it out into neutral ice. Trying to dump it back in was Paul. First effort was blocked. Now he gets it and sends it in wide of Swayman. Lorai will pivot back in behind the net. Lorai coming toward the near side circle. Skates out toward his own blue line to the red. Now tried to chip it in. Got cut off. Pasternak's got it high slot. Can't find the handle on it. And Chernak will steer it away. Hampus Lindholm plays in behind the net toward Lorai near side. Bjorkstrand sent it across the ice from the top of the far circle. Carlisle got it toward the corner. Will come back toward Bjorkstrand to the blue line. Carlisle sends behind the net. Gord off the near side. Hagel whips it across ice. Was deflected. Geekie picks it up off the carom. He'll skate it ahead.
He's at the end of his shift.
Sends it deep, and Pasternak will get to it. Centering passes taken away in front of the net by Hagel. Kucherov gives it back on that right side. Cirelli heading his way down toward the end boards. McAvoy steers around toward the near side. Zacha gets the outlet from Middlestat. Pass across the ice was a little behind Arvidsson, but the Bruins do gain entry. Middlestat in the near corner. Surrounded by 3 white sweaters. Zacha gets involved in the fray as well as we hit the midway point of this first period already. Shots are just one aside. Off the near side wall, McAvoy front with a drive. Tipped on by Arvidsson. Ends up off the back wall. Arvidsson behind the net to Middlestat. Kicking it back to his stick. Middlestat brings it to the right corner. Centering pass for Arvidsson. Forced back off toward that corner. Kept alive over here. Middlestat pressed up against the boards. Getting some help from Zacha. Trying to dig that puck free. And Zacha winds up with a backhand onto Arvidsson. Got it back to the far circle. Aspero's one-timer. Save made. Rebound in front. And that one will get lifted up and out of the zone by Cirelli.
He didn't get anything Aspero did on the first shot. It was just a little bit in front of him. We couldn't find that sweet spot, but he stayed with it and got a backhand away.
Kastelik gets it deep. Vasilevsky will steer it around the near side. Played up and out of the zone. Neutral ice for Sabourin. Jeannot takes one away from Connor Geekie just inside the Boston line. Geekie will get it back, play it across to the near side. Perry backhanded run right through the top of the crease. Went into the far corner. Now in behind the Boston net. Perry going toward that far corner. Kastelik gets position on him. Geekie keeps it deep. Around the near side, and Peak will play it up and out of the zone. Chanot and Corrali can't gain entry into the Tampa zone. Connor Geekie back into the Bruins end. Peak blocks his shot. Goes sailing up and out of play. 8:35 left here in the first period. Bruins and Lightning are scoreless here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
TD Bank's here for an assist with a special checking and savings account offer for new customers. Perfect for fans of the Bruins. Learn more at td.com/garden offer or stop by any TD Bank location in New England. Terms and eligibility apply. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins.
Builders, remodelers, and homeowners, listen up. Partner with one of the most trusted independently owned lumberyards and showrooms around. Cape Cod Lumber and CCL Homescapes. We're your destination for Matthews Brothers Windows. Matthews Brothers Windows are made in Maine, made to stand up to all kinds of tough weather. Matthews Brothers Windows, wicked awesome windows. Visit us online or come see us in person at CCL Homescapes in Abington. CCL, your go-to independent lumberyard, is 100% employee owned.
Feeding the Puck for Families is proudly presented by the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation. With every assist, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to the Greater Boston Food Bank to end hunger here in our local communities. Up to $50,000. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
Fans enter the Boston Bruin Foundation's 50-50 raffle. Proceeds from the Fan Appreciation Jackpot support the Bruins Foundation, whose mission is to advocate and support children, families, first responders, and military members through health and wellness, education, and athletics. Visit bostonbruins.com/5050 to purchase tickets now and be entered for your chance to win a $5,000 cash prize. The raffle runs through April 14th. 8:35 to go here in the first period. No score between the Bruins and Lightning. Face-off will be in the Boston zone to the right of Jeremy Swayman. Elias Lindholm wins that draw. Zadorov got it out of the zone. Morgan Geekie got upended just out there, and puck gets brought back in here by Gonsalves. Centering pass picked off by Elias Lindholm between the circles. His pass out of the zone missed everyone, but won't get down the ice far quick enough for an icing. Peak will dump it back in after a Lightning clear. Bruins have to tag up, get back on side. Lightning in possession. Gonsalves skating it through center ice. On the left side for Braden Point. Pushed it down the wall. Gonsalves behind the net. Cut off by Zadorov there. Sent it out toward the blue line off a deflection. Dastu able to keep it alive. Work it to Gonsalves to the left circle. Crossing pass to that far side, and Swayman makes a right pad save off of the one-timer. Pasternak near side circle will lift it out. Bruins will get some changes on here as Lilleberg hammers it back in around Swayman to the far side circle. Hampus Lindholm. Cross ice to Asamont. His pass up ice. Minton able to settle it. Right circle shot, and Vasilevsky squeezes that one.
That was a better breakup. Got that puck. Nice little pass from that right wing side, right up the middle by Asamont. Catches Minton in full flight. And goes to the forehand for that shot. And a real good save made by Swayman. Hasn't had a lot to do or see here early in this game, but that was a nice right, I believe it was a right pad save on the one-timer by Dasu.
So a face-off in the offensive zone for Minton with 7:25 to go here in the period. Matching up against Cirelli. And the Bruins win the draw. McAvoy from the near side point sends one in front. Minton going to the front of the net, got tangled with Cirelli, and both guys ended up going down. Moser will bring the Lightning forward with a cross ice pass over by the Boston bench. Return pass cut off by Husnadina. He goes around behind the Bruins net, gets it to McAvoy. Near side for Asamont. In the neutral ice, pressed forward by Minton. Into the right wing corner. Husnadinov and Moser kicked in behind the net. Thrown back out in front by Asamont. Gets deflected out toward the blue line. Still loose coming toward the near side circle. And Minton able to gather it back into the corner.
Himself, everybody was changing.
Those are in the far corner of the Lightning zone now under pressure from Middlestat, and Minton gets over there. Now Arvidsson as well. Able to dig it free, but loses possession. And Kucherov back inside his own zone here for Tampa with 6.5 to go. Pass picked off. Middlestat on the near circle. Puck deflected up into the air. Still loose along the near side circle and taken and brought out of the zone by Hagel. Dump in from the red line. Swayman at the back of the net stops it. Ricocheted back around toward that far side. Chernak will go in behind the net. Taken away by Lohrei. Far circle Middlestat. Lifted out into neutral ice. Bouncing puck. Arvidsson couldn't corral it. McDonough and Arvidsson along the near side battle for it. Angled into the Tampa Bay zone across the ice. 5:55 to go here in the first. Gord lifting one over the head of Swayman. Hampus plays it up that far side wall. Kastelik gives it back to Hampus, turns it up ice. Pass to the right side. Here's Lohrei. Crisscrossing with Jeannot. Top of the right circle. Lohrei pass blocked out of the zone off the leg of Gord.
Yeah, trying to find Hampus Lindholm out high that time in the middle of the ice. He was open.
They get it back into the Tampa zone. Dastu clears it right back out. Lohrei to Jeannot. Down the right circle. Shot block goes out of play. Gives Dastu a little shove. And that'll create a minor gathering in front of Andrei Vasilevsky as we take a timeout with 5:18 to go here in the first period. No score, Bruins and Lightning on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HRV.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R.
Score a hat trick with Avidia Bank's free checking. Get your paycheck up to 2 days early. Enjoy free ATMs through the Sum and All Point networks. And never get blindsided by minimum balance requirements or monthly fees. That's a win for your wallet, hockey fans. Visit AvidiaBank.com. Avidia Bank. Honest to goodness. Member FDIC. Member DIF.
Artificial intelligence, AI, has made my life so much easier. So has IA. Yep, my independent agent. She's a wizard when it comes to delivering great coverage at a great price. She bundled our home and auto with safety insurance. And with Safety's app that monitors driving habits, we saved even more. AI is great. For insurance, so is real intelligence. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll help you manage life storms.
Hi, it's Jason Todd from Blue Sky Restoration. All hockey season, Blue Sky is restoring historic garden moments on the ice. Tune in to the Bruins Radio Network every home game to hear this date in history, restored by Blue Sky. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. Restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Champions play here. The Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston 98.5 The Sports Hub. He's the media group station.
Bruins and Lightning scoreless. 5:18 to go here in the first period at TD Garden. Face off in the offensive zone. Bruins keep it in the zone, and Zadorov shot finds the back wall. Thrown back in front by Peak. Blocked toward the near circle. Geeky battling in behind the net. Lost his stick in the fray back there, trying to kick that puck along. It'll come back to Zadorov, who throws one in on Vasilevsky, who covers it with Pasternak right in front.
Fans, hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best-built boilers.
And even 5 minutes to go here in the first period. No score between the Bruins and Lightning. Another face-off inside the Tampa Bay zone coming up. Elias Lindholm will get in there and take that. To the right of Vasilevsky. And face-off won by Point. Brought around behind the net. Gets through Gensel on the near side. Gonzalez trying to clear it past Peak. He's got it hemmed in along the boards. Puck ricochets free. Grabbed by Point. He'll carry it forward. From the red line, dumps in. Around behind Swayman. He rims it back toward that far side. Gonzalez got it off the wall. Throws it in front. Ricocheted off a Point. Back through toward Gensel. Bruins clear it away. Elias Lindholm coming forward with Geekie. Lindholm takes the shot. The pad stop Vasilevsky.
Ended up being a 2-on-2. Might have even been offside.
But still in the zone. Here's Elias Lindholm near circle. Sends one back through the slot. Gonzalez is there along the far wall. And Gensel will get it cleared. Aspero to McAvoy in the neutral ice. Pushed into the Tampa Bay zone. When Carlisle in the corner takes a shoulder from Minton. Puck batted out of the air. From between the circles, Hagel will skate it forward. Here's Sorelli into the Boston zone against Aspero on the far side. Try to pull up with it. Aspero pressed him up against the boards. Moser from the center of the blue line. Sends in front. Picked off there by Minton. And the Bruins will push back up ice, and from the red line dumps into the right wing corner. Carlisle to the far side circle. Hagel under pressure near his own blue line. Lost it to Husnudinov in the neutral ice. Both teams changing. Paul picks one off in the neutral zone. Comes back into the Bruins end. Down the left circle, he goes behind the net. Off the far wall and back to the point. Shot blocked off his own man in front. Kucherov got hit by that shot. Arvidsson sends Zacha forward just inside the Tampa Bay line. Hands off to Lohrei to Arvidsson. Trying to get it to the front. Middlestad able to pick it up out of a pile. Hampus Lindholm try to get it through the slot, and that one gets blocked out of play in the far corner with 3:07 to go in the period.
For both teams, you know, a couple of plays where they just can't quite complete the play, right? Hits a skate or hits a stick. Pace has been pretty good, but there's been a couple good scoring chances and not many. Both teams have checked well. When I say that, just good positioning. Coming back on the back check.
Face off in the offensive zone once again here for the Bruins. And Zacha will take it. Battle for possession off of the draw, and the Lightning will come away with it. Dumped in by Chernak. Comes all the way around the near side of the Bruins zone. Lohrei will reverse it back around far side. And the Lightning able to jump it. Here's a chance right in front. Gonsalves trying to go around Swayman, who stays with it and covers up with the pads. Swayman was down on his belly with his legs fully extended along the near post, and Gonsalves couldn't lift it over top of him.
Yeah, he tried to tuck it in short side, tried to outweight Swayman. We want to talk about a bad breakdown by the Bruins there. I mean, they all get caught puck watching, and this pass centered. There's a turnover. They try to go D to D. Doesn't connect. Gonsalves taking the puck to his forehand, trying to wrap that puck around. Swayman able to get the pads down. The puck ended up in between his legs, actually.
Face-off win by Gensel. Moser winds, fires. That one blocked wide into the far corner. Carlisle pushes it back down low. Zadorov. Zacha now in that far corner. He will start up ice. Sends it across toward the near side of the neutral zone to Peak. Bouncing puck. He corrals it and dumps it in. From behind the Lightning net toward the near side wall. Peak holds into the blue line. Back across the ice into the far corner. Carlisle kicked it for Kucherov. And the Lightning will come forward here. Gensel in across the Boston line. Moser coming on late. Tried to get it to the net. First one blocked. Second one blocked. And Peak puts him to the wall behind the net. Middlestat in that right wing corner now. Back to the point it comes to Lilleberg. On to Moser. Center blue line to Kucherov along the left wing boards. Moser again at the blue line. Toward Kucherov. Got through him. Gensel will play it around toward the far side. Lilleberg over there. Under pressure near the blue line. Zock able to take it away. Bruins get it out of the zone. Minute 45 to go in the period. Middlestat plays it into the Tampa Bay zone. Corrali. Kastelik gets a hit down deep there on Dastu, but Lightning will get the puck out of the zone. Directed back in by Corrali. Kastelik chasing in behind the net. Runs into Lilleberg. Able to win that puck. Now Connor Geekie trying to take away. Puck will be sent up the near side for McAvoy, coming down to the hash marks. Plays it back into the fray behind the net. Kastelik toward the far corner. Went to stop, got knocked down by Dastu. Puck is controlled now by Connor Geekie off the far wall, and out of the zone it comes. Sabourin over by the Tampa Bay bench. Backhands it back toward the near side. And Connor Geekie back just inside his own blue line with 52 seconds to play in the period. McDonough over to the far side. Dump in here by Chernak. Shays toward the side of the net. Hampus Lindholm played it to the far side. Jason Lohrei going to carry the Bruins forward here. All the way to the near side circle. Thrown back in front, but picked off. And Hagel starts the Lightning back. 27 seconds to go in the period. Off to that right side. Turning with it is Braden Point. In the corner. Hagel behind the net. Cirelli able to win it from Lohrei. Deflected off that far side. And Hagel skates out toward the blue line. Blows a tire, but keeps it in the zone. Gave it up and got it right back. Here's McDonough. High slot. Shot. Knocked down by Swayman. Scramble for it in front. And a rebound covered up by Swayman with 3.4 to go in the period.
Yeah, Hampus Lindholm trying to protect the front of the net there, but it led to a loose puck. It was a little whack at it there right at the end, but McDonough gets the shot away from the slot area. Point battling with Hampus Lindholm. And I think from the Bruins standpoint, we're right at the end of the period here, establishing a forecheck. They need to do a little bit better job on the dump-ins where they can get there and establish that forecheck. It hasn't quite been there enough for them in this period. That fourth line trying to get it done on their last shift, but
so 3.4 seconds to go before the teams head to the locker room. Kastelik will take the face-off here in the defensive zone against Paul. A lot of bodies stacked up toward the slot. Bruins have all four of their guys in there. Off the face-off. Kucherov tried for a quick shot, but couldn't get it off, and that will do it for period number one. So a free-flowing first period, not a lot of whistles. 4 shots aside, and we are scoreless from TD Garden at the end of one. Back with our first intermission next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
The Honda Spring Event. Now's the time to check out the Honda Civic and HR-V from Honda, the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R. Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit kpp.com for more information.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law Group. There's something about Bruins hockey, toughness, tradition, and pride that runs deep in New England. That same mindset is how Catches Law Group was built for over 40 years. We've been this region's hometown law firm, fighting for our neighbors and recovering over $3 billion for the people who count on us. We are real trial lawyers who deliver real results. Because when the pressure's on, you need a team built to battle. Visit catcheslaw.com to schedule your free consultation today.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
For nearly 4 decades, WellPoint has proudly provided health coverage to Massachusetts residents through the Group Insurance Commission. If you're insured through the GIC, WellPoint offers a variety of plan options to meet your needs with comprehensive medical benefits. Based right here in Massachusetts, WellPoint is committed to supporting state and municipal employees and their families who serve our Commonwealth. WellPoint is here for your whole health, physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being. To learn more, visit wellpointmass.com.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at timbertech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Hey, it's Charlie McAvoy, and I'm proud to partner with Service Credit Union because I believe in their mission to support first responders. This season, our 73 Reasons campaign is giving back over $250,000 to protect those who protect us. Join thousands making a difference today at servicecu.org.
The game is on the Sports Hub.
Kell at the left circle, loses to Chernak. Here's Kucherov out to Gonçalves in center ice at the left wing. Cirelli looking for the hat trick. Shoots it toward the open net. Score! Cirelli! Hat trick, Anthony Cirelli! And that'll be the third point tonight for Kucherov. And the Lightning score the empty netter and make it 6-2.
Trying to kill some clock here. Now Marner, 4 points today, looking for 5. Tries to wrap it around. He does! Hat trick! It's a Mitch Marner 5-point performance. Vegas leads 6-3 with 90 seconds to go.
And now Raymond hard down the left wing. Quick, is he going to try for it? No, didn't have the lane to shoot for the empty net. That would have been something. Up ahead for Miller. Gabe Perreault for the hat trick. He scores! A hat trick for Gabe Perreault. The Rangers are going to win it here on a Saturday afternoon against the Red Wings. The rookies, 10th of the year from JT Miller.
Malkin steals the puck away, got it to Raquel. He tried to shovel it back, but the Panthers take it away. Malkin steals it on the doorstep. He scores! And the hats come raining down for Gino. It's his 16th career hat trick, his 14th in the regular season, and his first since 2022. It's a milestone night for Gino Machino, and the Penguins fans are showering him with hats.
Flyers win the draw in the Boston zone. Forrester over to Zegras. Zegras down low. Dvorak, they've got connecting on the far side. Tyson Forster, top left circle, over to Zegras. Zegras down low, and Fred Martin was stopped. The rebound, they score! Carter Martin, his first goal in the National Hockey League. It's an overtime winner, and the Flyers have secured a playoff spot for now. They're third in the Metro Division with a 2-1 overtime win over the Bruins.
It's handed to the point with 20 to go on the man advantage. Boldy to Kaprizov, a shot. He scores! A rocket of a one-timer! It's a hat trick! The 6th career regular season hat trick for Kirill Kaprizov, and with a $1:51 to go, the Wild have a 5-4 lead. Here's Cooley, he scores! Off the draw, Will Cooley has his first career hat trick. Down the slot, with nobody at the net front, Will Cooley picks the corner and can take a bow.
Down low, McKinnon tried to center. Holloway defended well. Mayu moves that one off the middle of the ice. It bounces towards Malinsky, and then it's cleared to the near side. Snuggerud with Thomas. Snuggerud toe drags. Thomas score! If you've got a hat, chuck it at your radio. Robert Thomas with a hat trick, and the Blues have a 3-2 lead. 2:50 to go, third period in Denver.
Geekie brings it around toward the far side point. Minute 18 to go in the period. McAvoy over to Zadorov at the left point. Zadorov skates it toward the slot. Takes the shot. Score! That one got redirected on the way. Oh, it may be Geekie for the hat trick.
It's handled for Jarvis. Jarvis gets it to Miller. Miller takes it out over the blue line.
Keep these 3 Bruins on it. Lindholm gets off, but 2 guys, McAvoy on for a while.
Oh, a chance here as Svechnikov jumped over the boards. Look at it. Oh, son of that. His first of the year.
Jacob Slavin.
Chernisov got hit, puck stayed in. Now it's McDavid towards the net, across to Roslovic, scores! McDavid with the pass, and that one hit a shark stick, and it goes in, and Edmonton is up 5-3. And that's going to be McDavid's goal.
15th career hat trick.
What a night for Connor McDavid. His pass hit the stick of Orlov as he was diving down onto the ice.
And to Slavkovsky, one touch here, Suzuki through center with Caulfield. Caulfield moving in, shot, scores! And there it is, a fantastic 50th for Cole Caulfield.
Here at the TD Garden, after one period of play, it's the Bruins and Lightning are scoreless. Second period action coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
Shop the Savor the Tropics sales event at Whole Foods Market from April 8th through the 21st. Their produce department is bursting with yellow sales signs on best of season fruits like yellow mangoes and easy to peel sumo citrus. Savor the Tropics and the savings now at Whole Foods Market.
Hi, I'm Eric Vaden. I'm the agency owner for the Geico local office in Braintree, Massachusetts. Having Cambridge Savings Bank as a partner has given me the runway to build my business the right way with the best talent. Having that personalized service, along with the technology necessary to run my business, has been the biggest advantage to my operation. CSB is the business banking partner that I wanted from the start. I'm not just a number.
Cambridge Savings Bank is proud to support local business owners. Stop by your local branch today. Member FDIC. Surfside iced tea and lemonade with vodka. Light, refreshing, 100 calories. No bubbles, and it pairs perfectly with a day on the golf course. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Tired of repainting your home every 5 years? I'm Matt.
I'm Pat, owners of Rhino Shield of New England.
Traditional paint just doesn't hold up to New England weather. Rhino Shield is a ceramic coating, a long-term alternative to paint.
It looks like paint, but it's proven to resist chipping and cracking, and it's so durable that we back every job with a 25-year warranty.
Learn why your neighbors are switching to Rhino Shield. Visit our website today and get 15% off New England's most durable paint.
Don't paint, don't vinyl,
go Rhino.
Visit the 99 restaurants the day after the Red Sox win and get a free kids meal with every adult entree purchased. The 99 Restaurant, the official family restaurant of the Boston Red Sox.
Your hot takes on the Sports Hub.
Surfside iced tea and lemonade with vodka. Light, refreshing, 100 calories. No bubbles, and it pairs perfectly with a day on the golf course. Must be 21.
Was that
Please
the
drink
end of the
responsibly.
scoreboard? Tired of repainting your home every 5 years? I'm Matt.
I'm Pat, owners of Rhino Shield of New England.
Traditional paint just doesn't hold up to New England weather. Rhino Shield is a ceramic coating, a long-term alternative to paint.
It looks like paint, but it's proven to resist chipping and cracking, and it's so durable that we back every job with a 25-year warranty.
we have 7 minutes. Learn why your neighbors are switching to Rhino. 3-minute break. Visit our website today and get 15% off New England's most durable paint.
Well, I'm glad I have my headset off. Don't vinyl,
go Rhino.
Hit 985thesportshub.com.
First intermission here at the TD Garden. Bruins and Lightning are scoreless. We'll take a look around the NHL. There's one other game in progress. The New York Islanders playing host to the Ottawa Senators. They are just underway, and that game is scoreless. Other games later today include Washington taking on the Penguins. The Los Angeles Kings will host Edmonton. Detroit plays host to the New Jersey Devils. St. Louis will be in Chicago to take on the Blackhawks. Minnesota takes on Nashville. Dallas hosting the New York Rangers. Carolina will be in Utah to take on the Mammoth. Florida and Toronto at 7 o'clock tonight. Columbus and Montreal also at 7 o'clock tonight. Columbus will be the team that the Bruins play tomorrow in Columbus. Philadelphia Flyers visit Winnipeg. Seattle Kraken playing host to the Calgary Flames. It will be Vegas in Colorado to take on the Avalanche. And late night, Vancouver Canucks taking on the San Jose Sharks. Here at the TD Garden, after one period of play, it's the Bruins and Lightning are scoreless. Second period action coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Most tire dealers will sell Bridgestone tires, but Town Fair Tire sells Bridgestone tires for an unbeatable combination of the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services for life. Town Fair is New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer. So when you're in the market for a new set of Bridgestone tires, get to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. And I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Now at Wendy's, you can go big, biggie, or biggier. With our new $4, $6, or $8 meal, you choose your deal, as you should. Sorry, I get fired up when I'm talking deals. More biggie options, more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players, like the iconic Ford Bronco family, with great looks and the 4x4 capability to perform on or off the ice, and the rugged Ford Explorer with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
The Stanley Cup Playoffs Bracket Challenge presented by Expedia is back.
Come on, boys.
And now it's time to take your shot. Face off against family and friends. And see if you can predict this year's playoffs. Can you pick the perfect bracket and claim the ultimate prize? A trip to a 2026-27 NHL event and an Adventure Chrono NHL Limited Edition watch by Norcane. Sign up today at nhl.com/bracket.
Electrical contractors, Granite City Electric has a convenient way for you to pick up and access your materials 24/7. Introducing the GCE Night Train Depot. Pick up supplies when it's convenient for you. All materials are stored safely indoors, and order size doesn't matter. It's not a locker. Best of all, it's free with over 27 Night Train Depot locations across New England. Convenience and savings all delivered to you from Granite City Electric Supply. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Presented by Robinhood.
He crosses, spins, pulls up.
With Robinhood Prediction Markets, buy or sell your predictions all game long. No house odds, just you versus the market. Put your sports IQ to work. Trade every shot, block, steal, run, and moment that shifts the game. With Robinhood Prediction Markets, trade every play. Visit Robinhood.com/predict to start trading. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Now at Wendy's, you can go big, biggie, or biggier. With our new $4, $6, or $8 meal, you choose your deal, as you should. Sorry, I get fired up when I'm talking deals. More biggie options, more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Miller time. It only happens if you make it happen. So say hello with some beers. Make the plans. Live a little. Because legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
And the Lightning able to jump it. Here's a chance right in front. Gonsalves trying to go around Swayman, who stays with it and covers up with the pads. Probably the best scoring chance of that first period for the Tampa Bay Lightning, as we are scoreless heading into the second here at TD Garden. TD cardholders score special benefits here at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. Tampa Bay with 5 shots on goal in that first period on 11 attempts. Bruins had 4 shots on Andrei Vasilevsky on 17 attempts in that first 20 minutes. Neither team has found the scoreboard as of yet in this fourth and final meeting between these two teams this year. Tampa Bay has won all of the previous 3. One of them here at TD Garden back in October, 4-3. Of course, the Stadium Series game back in early February, 6-5 in a shootout. And then last Saturday, Lightning able to score 3 times in the third period to take a 3-1 victory on home ice against the Bruins, who can clinch a playoff spot with a win today. They don't get the 2 points today. There are still other ways for them to get in, but would much rather handle their own business and get this thing over with this afternoon before they head to Columbus for a game tomorrow.
Yeah, for a number of reasons. You've lost 4 games in a row.
Sure.
You know, I mean, 4 games on the road trip. Yeah, you got points out of the last 2, but you know, you want to get back on the winning track and playing the game the right way. So a lot of reasons to want to do it here today on home ice, where you've been really strong this year in front of your fans. Don't leave anything to chance.
Bruins will be going from right to left on offense here in the second period, as they line up to take the face-off. Elias Lindholm will be out there against Anthony Cirelli. Game tomorrow against the Blue Jackets, 6 o'clock start, and then back here on Tuesday night for the regular season finale against New Jersey. And then hopefully quite a few games coming after that. Off of the face-off, Geekie will angle it off the near boards. Elias Lindholm plays it deep. Dastu from behind his net. Round the near side, and Lilleberg going to carry out to his own blue line. A man pass gets Hagel into the Boston zone. Kucherov sends it toward the high slot. Lilleberg throws it toward the net. Scooped up with the glove by Swayman. Face off in the D zone with 20 seconds gone in the second.
Hagel didn't see Cirelli right away. Cirelli was open on that left wing side. He had a step. Hagel was moving the other direction though.
Face off to Jeremy Swayman's left. His numbers here on home ice this year: 18-6-1 in 26 starts, with a 2.27 goals against and a .917 save percentage. As off of this face-off, puck battled for in the near corner, will come up the wall. Middlestat able to keep it away from Lilleberg. Bruins get it out of the zone. Lilleberg from his own blue line to Cirelli over by the Tampa Bay bench, and he'll drop it back from there. Now Dastu just inside his own blue line, shadowed by Arvidsson. Sends up the left side. Cirelli to the hash marks inside the Bruins zone, rims it around the near side wall. Come back to Lilleberg. Hagel. Dastu back across to the near side. Kucherov out near the right point. Shoots one off the back wall. Cirelli got it back into the slot. The Bruins are there. Kucherov sends it free, and nobody was there as they had gone for a change at that point position. Arvidsson moves up ice. He gives to Zacha down the right circle. Stops. Centering pass comes all the way through. Arvidsson near circle fires back through the slot. Dastu with his stick. Try to keep that away from Middlestat. Now Zacha from the far circle sending in front. Dastu cut that off in front of the crease. And it'll be pushed out of the zone by Yanni Gourde.
Nice move by Zacha. Then he's trying to find Arvidsson in front.
90 seconds gone here in this second period as Asamont gives to Minton coming across the Tampa Bay line. Sends one in front. Asamont couldn't get his stick to it. On the near side boards, Minton in a battle. Husnudinov and Asamont come over and join him. 3-on-3. All clogged up in the near corner. Husnudinov gets it back to Lohrei at the point. His shot got blocked. Asamont brought it in behind the net. Trying to get it back out in front as Carlisle runs him to the boards. Lohrei now from the left point. Walks at center blue line all the way to the far side. Tried to shoot. That one blocked off toward the near side. Thrown back toward the front of the net again by Asamont, but Lightning will clear it ahead. And that one did not get to the red line before Gourde played it forward, so that'll be a Tampa Bay icing. And they'll bring the faceoff back into the Lightning zone.
There's a little confusion over at Tampa's bench and who was on the ice, though. They'll make this line change slowly.
The group had been out there for over a minute, so they'll come back out.
I don't think they got the right guys out on the ice right now. This is Zadorov's complaining about it.
I think
McDonough might have snuck on there.
They got 4 out of 5. McDonough was not supposed to be out there. Face off far circle to our left. Win by Elias Lindholm. Centering pass, looking for Pasternak, got redirected. Pasta coming out toward the blue line near side. Went to turn with it away from McDonough and lost his edge. Lifted into the Bruins zone now by Paul. Tampa Bay getting some changes on. It comes behind the net. Pasternak from the near circle, going to skate it forward. All the way to the red line. Puts a pass on that right side. Carried down toward the corner by Peak. It'll come around toward the near side. Cut off by Chernak. Played back in behind the net, but Pasta helps disrupt that. And along the near side corner, Geekie got a stick on it. Come back toward him as he and Gonzalez are clogged up along the boards near side. We approach 3 minutes into this second period in a scoreless game. Point to get it out of the Lightning zone, but then turns over from there.
Ran into traffic right away.
Pasternak to Zadorov, straight on shot, blocked by Chernak. And Chernak will loft one back into neutral ice and back into the Bruins zone. Hampus Lindholm, pass intended for Corrali, gets through him. Moser back inside his own zone. Carlisle up that far side. Into the Bruins zone it comes. Point turns it toward Carlisle. Knocked off his stick by Hampus, but kept in the zone. Moser sent it back through the slot. Ricochets out of the far corner. Hampus is there and lifts out toward Jeannot near the red line. He'll play it in deep. Vasilevsky steers it away from the side of his net. Down that far side. Kastelik turns, fires, and that one goes high and wide. Sabourin brings back into the corner, around to that far side. Kastelik gets the jump on Carlisle. Centering pass. Sabourin goes down as he tried to take that puck away. Kept alive here for Peak. Center blue line shot. Got tipped up into the near corner as Jeannot was providing the slot pressure there. Lohrei in the near corner against a pair of Lightning. Kastelik involved as well. Puck squirts free. Jeannot got it over to Peak. Far circle shot, save made, rebound, and Vasilevsky down, but somehow that puck doesn't go. Kastelik had a chance at it. Puck pulled behind the net now by Moser. He will skate it out toward his own blue line, find some space coming through neutral ice, gives it off on that far side, and shot is gloved by Jeremy Swayman.
Yeah, better forechecking shift that time by the Bruins. We talked about that late first period, but they're trying to establish, and they win a battle in this left wing boards to get this puck out for Peak, who's wide open out in the high slot. It's a big slap shot away. Then there's a good rebound opportunity. It bounces, pinballs off of Lohrei. I think Moser may have helped save a goal there. No, Vasilevsky got it. What a save coming across to his right. And he reached back with the paddle. And that was on Kastelik on the rebound chance.
Face off inside the Bruins zone. McAvoy trying to push it out. Tied up along that far wall with Cirelli. Does get it up ice. Now Middlestat from just inside the Tampa Bay line. Around the far side corner goes Cirelli. Gets it back down low here to Kucherov. Now on the near side, Lilleberg. Deflected ahead by Hagel. Carried into the Boston zone. Dastu. Near corner, McAvoy gets it away from Cirelli. Arvidsson gets clogged along the near boards against Hagel. Dastu walking toward the high slot. Can't get it in front. Poked back out toward the blue line. Kept in there by Lilleberg. Around behind the net. Hagel taking to the far circle. Back to the point. Lilleberg on the near side. Hands off the hash marks to Kucherov. Coming toward the high slot. Shot turned away by Swayman. Long rebound. And Middlestat's got it. Aspero to Zaka. Turns just outside the Tampa line. 14:20 to play here in the second period. Bruins will get it deep. Go for a change. McDonough from his own blue line. Pass ahead to Bjorkstrand. Just inside the Boston line. Puck gets redirected back out towards center. Chernak will dump in from there. Lohrei waiting along the far boards as it comes around to him. Gave on for Asimon under pressure. Gets out of the zone. Minton hands off for Husnadinov. Sweeps it deep into Tampa Bay territory. Vasilevsky from behind the net. Shot around the far side boards. Puck is pulled free and thrown across the ice by Bjorkstrand, angling into the Bruins zone. Hampus Lindholm able to slow up Gord.
Fortunately, it was too far away for Gord. That puck just kept drifting away from him.
In the neutral ice, Gord drops it back to Lilleberg. Paul has his pass hit him in the skate. Usnadinov will get the Bruins back toward the attack zone, but go for a change. 13:20 to play here in the second period, and an errant pass will turn into a Lightning icing.
Fans, WellPoint is proud to honor our hometown heroes again this season and recognize the incredible people making a difference in their communities. Know someone who deserves to be honored? Nominate them today at 985thesportshub.com/heroes.
Face-off in the offensive zone here for the Bruins. Off of the icing.
They got that one right.
Yeah.
Who should be out there?
Elias Lindholm to take the draw and wins it. Zadorov at the center of the blue line. Pass down the left circle. Pasternak bringing up top. Throws it wide of the net on the stick side. Zadorov will backhand it deep. Dastu cut it off. Pasternak racing over far side to keep in and does. Zadorov fired back across the ice into Pasta's skates. Dastu will play it out from behind his net toward the near corner. Puck out toward the slot. Dastu trying to clear it. Geekie blocked the first effort, but now pushed forward here by Point. Lightning get their changes on here as Boston starts out, going from right to left here in this second period. Zadorov from the red line. Sends around behind Vasilevsky. Spun it back up the near wall. Sabourin standing in the near circle. Pass into the middle toward the neutral zone. Hensel couldn't get it deep. Aspero tried to fire it across ice. That was redirected. And Perry's back into the Bruin zone. Connor Geekie on the far side turned over. Lifted up the right side. Here's Kastelik with a lane. Takes a shot. That one rattles around the glass and back out of the zone. Aspero to Kastelik. And right back deep it goes. Vasilevsky backhanded toward Carlisle in the near corner. Takes a hit from Kastelik. But Geekie off the feed from Sabourin. Moves it toward the Boston line. McAvoy inside the Bruin zone. Has some space. Sends a pass up the right side to Jeannot. From the top of the right circle. Shot blocked by Chernak. Corrali in the far corner. Gets it back to McAvoy at the right point. Kastelik out near the blue line. Brings it to the top of the face-off circle and a shot. Blocker stopped by Vasilevsky. Cirelli will move out through the neutral zone. Zadorov trying to hold him up at the Boston
he's
line.
all by himself. Cirelli was.
Bad pass turned over by Arvidsson. Give and go for Hagel, and his shot turned away by Swayman from right between the circles. Middlestat gets the Bruins back on the attack now. Arvidsson down the left wing side. Goes around behind the net. Trying to stuff it in backhand on that far post.
Well,
Vasilevsky was ready.
Arvidsson knew it, too. As soon as he made that pass into the middle, he knew it.
Under 11 minutes to go here in this second period.
Good hit by Peak.
Cirelli out near the blue line. Lilleberg got it down that far circle. Dastu work it back toward the near side. A one-timer by Kucherov from out near the blue line. Kicked away.
Oh, go now. You got a
couple of Lightning players slow in getting up here. And Middlestat working his way forward. Arvidsson trying to get it to Middlestat, who was looking in front, but that got blocked. And Lightning with possession. Kucherov, Gonzalez just inside the Bruin zone. Pass toward the slot. Ends up on the stick of Dastu at the top of the left circle. Shot his glove by Swayman for the whistle. 10:20 to go here in the second period. Bruins and Lightning are still scoreless here at TD Garden on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The game is on, and the snacks from Big Y? Oh, yeah. Freshly made wings, platters, pizzas, and 30-inch super subs. Big Y makes the crowd go wild. Big Y, nicely done.
At Citizens, we help make sense of your money and all your money questions.
Is there a right way to prep for my future?
Do I keep renting or finally buy?
How big of a nest should my nest egg be?
Is cash still king?
If money talks, what's it say to me?
Can I become king of the hill in Beacon Hill?
Whatever money questions you have, Citizens has the answers. Make sense of your money at citizensbank.com/made ready. Member FDIC.
All right.
right, Nelson, I'll tell him. It's Joe Murray here for Super Service Today. Upgrading your home with an electric heat pump system is a smart way to stay cool in the summer and warm in the winter, while using less energy, lowering your costs, and reducing your carbon footprint. And with Mass Save rebates, you could save thousands on installation. Call Super Service Today for a free estimate, day or night, and always done right.
Get it done. Get it done right. Get it done right away. Call SuperServiceToday.com.
So April is your month to save big at all Warrendale Applied stores. And you'll get instant in-store rebates, plus manufacturer's rebates on select kitchen sets. And all month long, it's our great display sale. Save big on all top appliance display models in the store. Only at Warrendale Applied stores.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
Fans, the Pro Shop is celebrating all the incredible Bees fans with a special fan appreciation sale. Score up to 50% off Bruins merchandise. Whether you're gearing up for a game night or refreshing your collection, now's the time to shop your favorite styles to cheer on the Bees this spring. Head to BostonProShop.com to shop the fan appreciation sale. But don't wait, sale ends Tuesday night. 10:20 to go, second period. We're still scoreless between the Bruins and Lightning here at TD Garden.
But watching Hagel and Cirelli pull themselves up off the ice and try to get off. I know they were towards the end of his shift, but Hagel's all banged up. Cirelli missed a game recently as well, at least one game recently, so they look like they're a little banged up right now.
Yeah, Hagel's missed the last 5 coming into this one. In the lineup today, as Point carries into the Bruins zone, gets a shot through, and Swayman able to cradle that. And Zadorov gets into a joust with Moser on the far side of the net. Linesman quick to try and pull them apart.
And Moser was going to the net hard on that far side. That gave Zadorov a little ride into the back post. Little space coming into the zone for that shot by Point. He had Pete coming over to play the left side on that one. Got a little confused in the neutral zone. Not confused, but just had to back off a bit. Zadorov had lost his stick. Got Aspros. That's why Pete had to come all the way across.
Yeah, talking about the Lightning injuries, they lost Pontus Holmberg the other night to a kind of a freak injury.
Yeah.
Got hit into the boards right in front of the penalty box as the door was partially opened, and sounds like he's going to miss quite a bit of time.
Yeah,
John Cooper not pleased, as you might expect, about that circumstance. And indicated that somebody needed to lose their job over that. Puck goes out of play.
Penalty box. You have an attendant sitting in the penalty box. It's an off-ice official,
right?
And there was. It's so dangerous. You see it once in a while, like if there's a line change going on, and somebody's finishing a check, but you can go into that open door, and that's just so dangerous. You've seen some ugly, ugly injuries over the years from that, and that's essentially what happened. It's a clean check, but unfortunately the door came open. And
yeah, in this instance, there was a player who was getting ready to come out of the penalty box. The door latch clearly had already been lifted, but there was still a couple of seconds left on the penalty, so Bruins get it cleared here. Moser will play it to Point. Here's center ice. He in turn gives to Kucherov. From the red line forward. Finds a lane in along the left wing side, cutting toward the slot. Held it back to Carlisle. Pushed it down that far circle. Got away from Gensel, but he tracks it down. Kucherov near side circle. Here's Moser coming to the dot to right in front. The puck squirts away in the far side.
Breakdown defensively again on that switch out high.
Moser from the top of the left circle now. Shot gets forced wide of the net. McAvoy near circle, able to protect it. Sends one away, and Geeky's got a breakaway. Scores! Geeky rips it from between the circles. His 4th goal in the last 2 games. Bruins have the lead.
Line change by Tampa Bay is going to lead to this. Nice play by McAvoy, spinning around, protecting this puck. He's in the circle to the left of Swayman, and Geeky spots that line change going on. He goes right up the middle of the ice. And McAvoy's going to find him there, and Geeky does the rest. Right at the top of the hash marks, in between the circles. He's going to go high glove with this shot.
Number 38 on the year for Morgan Geekie.
Tampa goes for this change. And as the puck gets turned over, they make the change. I'm looking at the replay right now. It's just they were changing it forward, and that's exactly what happened. They had a defenseman down. One of the forwards went off. It was the weak side forward, and that led to the wide open lane for McAvoy to find Geekie.
Puck to the side of Jeremy Swayman's net. Can't corral it. Squirt it out in front. Asamont going to bring it out to the blue line and feather it forward.
Bruins right just before that, though, had a bad interchange defensively without the puck, and there was a switch, and it wasn't identified, and all of a sudden there was a good opportunity for Mosier.
Razor Minton carrying up the left wing side here for the Bruins. It's ridden into the boards inside the Tampa Bay zone. Lilleberg from behind his net. McDonough gives back to Lilleberg from the near circle. They trade the puck a couple of times coming out into the neutral zone. Pass intended for Cirelli, overshot him, but Lilleberg able to track it down. Now Hampus Lindholm takes the puck away. On the far corner, he'll send it behind for Lohrei, and he hangs on to it with 8:15 to go here in the second. Bruins with the lone goal so far. Lohrei from between the circles. To Zadorov, to the red line he comes and dumps it in around the Tampa Bay zone. Kastelik in that far corner helps to keep it loose. Jeannot got it back to Peak at the point. Peak will play it off the end boards. It comes all the way around the near side. Bjorkstrand and Corrali tangle along the near side wall. Jeannot getting a stick in on there as well. Puck goes back in behind the net toward the far circle this time, and Paul will lift one across ice. Bjorkstrand chasing it down the right wing side. Takes a heavy hit from Zadorov in the near corner. Along the near side wall, Corrali got tangled up. Can't get out of the zone. Now Kastelik will push it up ice and send it softly into the Tampa Bay end. Corrali bracing against McDonough as they go in behind the net. Bjorkstrand along the far side circle. 7:15 to go here in the second. Connor Geekie heading his way down into the left wing corner of the Bruins zone. Middlestat from the near circle. Here's McAvoy. That is pocket picked by Point in the neutral zone. Sabourin just inside the Boston line. Sends one back through the slot out of the near corner. McAvoy to Zacha. Lays it into the middle here for Middlestat. On the right side, Arvidsson winds, fires, and that one just wide of Vasilevsky. And ricochets all the way back down to Bruins territory. Swayman steers it around the far side. Hampus Lindholm stumbled as he tried to go for it. And then the puck doesn't get out of the zone. Carlisle back to the left wing circle. Hampus blocked the centering pass. Sabourin gets it back to the point. Onto the near side circle, and Carlisle from south of the dot gets the shot into Jeremy Swayman's chest for the whistle. 6:26 left here in the second period, and the Bruins are on top, 1-0 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HRV.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R.
The Shaws and Star Market Foundation have teamed up with 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time Boston feeds the puck to help score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to end hunger here in Eastern Mass. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure their neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive. Locally, with each assist, the foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help our neighbors in need. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feed the puck.
Bob's a financial professional who's currently enjoying a win-win scenario, meeting with a valued client and enjoying a round of golf. But Bob's used to win-win scenarios because he works with Mass Mutual, who not only provides the freedom and flexibility to offer his clients products and solutions that meet their needs, they offer Bob the autonomy, compensation, and optional home office support that meet his. Win-win. Success for your clients and yourself. The feeling is Mass Mutual. Learn more at massmutual.com/wealthmanagement.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Felger and Maz, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
Morgan Geeky's breakaway goal gives the Bruins the lead, and it is today's electric play delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to GCEnighttrain.com to order. That is the only goal. 6:26 left here in the second period. Bruins with a 1-0 lead on Tampa Bay. Morgan Geeky went 17 straight without a goal, had a hat trick in Carolina the other night, and gets another one here today. Last time he went on a streak not quite as long as that. It was 12 in a row earlier this year, broke that in mid-January and scored in 8 of the next 9 games. Puck goes out of play here off a deflection inside the Bruins zone, so the faceoff will stay in the zone.
Yeah, McAvoy protecting that puck as well. I mean, he almost spins to protect that puck and maintain control of it. And then to spot Geeky flying right up the middle of the ice.
Charlie McAvoy, by the way, with that assist, gives him 50 now on the season. Face-off will be to the left of Jeremy Swayman. 61 total points in 68 games for McAvoy this year. New career high is a turnaround shot by Kucherov. Was blocked, went straight up in the air, and Swayman had to bat it over the top of the net. Arvidsson will get it out into neutral ice. Zacha with some speed across the Tampa Bay line. Aspero sends one across, and Arvidsson redirected it just wide. Aspero stepping to the top of the circle with a shot. Vasilevsky will take that right in the chest and hang on.
Yeah, Aspero's been pretty involved here today in a number of good areas, right? Offensively trying to get something going. Had a good chance in the first period. And that time trying to find Arvidsson back door as he kind of drifting to his left, going back to the right side. You'd like to have that shot back, actually, right in the Lightning emblem.
Face off, near circle down to our left for Fraser Minton. He's going to get tossed out of the circle. Husnudinov will replace him against Braden Point. Off the draw. Puck sitting there as Minton got tangled up with Lilleberg. Lightning get it out of the zone. Gonsalves near side. And that is offside. Came in behind Braden Point. So faceoff will come back in the neutral zone with 5:50 to go in this second period. Get that face-off back near the Tampa Bay blue line here. Front of the Bruins bench. Off the drop, Elias Lindholm wins it. Peek over to Zadorov from the near side of the red line, dumps it in and ricocheted out of that near corner. We've seen a couple of bounces like that today. This one goes into the crease.
Well, anything off the glass
covers it up.
Anything off the glass, you know, if you're a goaltender, you're staying in there. Don't know where that puck is going to go. And that last opportunity, that shot by Kucherov, you described it. It was blocked, went straight up in the air. You know, so as a goaltender, you're coming out to cut down the angle, and now that puck, you got to track it. It's up in the air. And so it doesn't fall on your back. He had to reach back to knock it away. Swayman did.
Elias Lindholm pushes the puck behind the net to Pasternak. Back out to Peek. Shot through some traffic. Ends up going wide. And it'll be sent out of the zone here by Gonsalves. Point to the Boston line. They work it to Lilleberg. His shot partially blocked. Swayman plays it away from his crease.
That was a four-man rush. That was a good switch there by Elias Lindholm.
Cernak got it back into the corner. Here's McDonough up top with a one-timer. Went wide, kicked off that end wall back out toward the front, but Bruins will steer it away. Pasternak gets a feed just inside the Tampa Bay line. Gets run off at near side by Cernak. Gensel sends it behind. McDonough passing to neutral ice. Point gets it from Bjorkstrand. Gives it back to Bjorkstrand on that far side. Turns with it along the circle. Deals it back again to McDonough. Angles it off the end boards and in behind the net. Hampus Lindholm able to poke it along the wall to Pasternak. Sends it back through the slot. That'll ricochet out towards center ice. Minton golfs it forward here around McDonough. 4:37 to go in this second period. Dump in, gets around Swayman in the trapezoid. Pressure put on down deep here. Lorai against Paul. Kicked along to that far side circle. Husnudinov able to wrap up his man. Minton will steer it up ice. Asamont in a foot race gets to it first against Carlisle and gets a shot in on Vasilevsky, who drops it back into play. Paul toward Carlisle, knocked off his stick by Husnudinov. Here's Minton down the left circle, goes right to the front, and a backhander hit the outside of the far post.
Just ran out of real estate there. Nice move. Good power move coming in from the left side.
Asamont, puck in his skates. Gord kicked in behind the net. Carlisle sends it up the far wall. McAvoy comes down to the hash marks to try and keep in, but now the Lightning will break pressure. Coming out through the neutral zone. Paul down the right circle against Aspera. Left the puck behind. Husnudinov and Gord are in the fray here. Gord knocks Husnudinov down with a shove from behind. They continue to battle for it. Now Gord's going to peel off and head for the bench. Bruins will take the puck and head up ice. Corrali to McAvoy. Charlie into the left wing circle against Chernak. Turns back to his forehand. From the corner back to Aspero at the left point. Shot goes wide off the back glass around the far side. Perry whips it into the middle for Sabarin. Trying for a long pass ahead for Connor Geekie. Aspero brings right back into the Bruins attack zone. Hampus Lindholm at the blue line. On to Kastelik, far circle. Pivots down low. Coming from behind the net to the near circle. Turns and fires wide to the short side. Around to Lorai at the right point it goes. Hands off for Janot. He fires off the end boards as well. Kastelik back to Janot. He's out near the left point right now. Down deep, Corrali and Chernak, shoulder to shoulder up against the boards. 2:35 to play in the period. This puck will come to Sabarin. Right out toward the blue line.
Good read by Lorai. Really good read by Lorai.
Here's Corrali from behind the net. Bruins getting some changes on here as Corrali keeps possession. Brings out toward the blue line himself. Backhands down toward the corner.
Tired group out there for Tampa.
Janot, crossing pass. Lorai, top of the circle, drags it in front. And the shot turned away with a pad by Vasilevsky.
Loves that move.
Zadorov from the blue line sends it across ice. It'll trickle out across the blue line. Bruins trying to keep it close and keep Tampa from changing. Lorai gets the feed. Back in across the line they come. Zaka to Arvidsson, a shot in the right circle. Vasilevsky will hang on to it and get the stoppage in play with 1:56 to go here in the second period. It's the Bruins 1, Tampa Bay nothing on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 49 years straight. Visit your New England Ford dealers today for great offers. A proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year total sales.
TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden. From Pro Shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Card eligibility restrictions and terms apply. Learn more at td.com/TD Garden Perks. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins and the Boston Celtics.
Builders, remodelers, and homeowners, listen up. Partner with one of the most trusted independently owned lumberyards and showrooms around, Cape Cod Lumber and CCL Homescapes. Upgrade your outdoor space with TimberTech. When it comes to decking, TimberTech stands out. No need to sand, stain, or seal. It's the best looking deck you'll find on the market. Build with confidence. Build with TimberTech, the #1 brand in premium decking. Ask for TimberTech the next time you visit CCL, right in Abington, or visit us online at cclco.com. CCL, 100% employee owned and operated.
Now at Wendy's, you can go big, biggie, or biggier. With our new $4, $6, or $8 meal, you choose your deal, as you should. Sorry, I get fired up when I'm talking deals. More biggie options, more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
The Pats play on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZFM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Easily Media Group Station.
1:56 to go, second period. Bruins 1, Lightning nothing here at TD Garden on this matinee Saturday. Bruins with a face-off in the offensive zone here. And off the draw, puck comes into the crease after ricocheted a couple of times. Vasilevsky covers it up, so they'll face it off again. 12 shots aside as we near the end of this second period. Bruins with the only goal on a breakaway by Morgan Geekie. Arvidsson helps it back to the point here for McAvoy. Throws it in front, redirected off of Middlestad, and just what? Lightning are going to ice it.
Fans, check out the upcoming Hardest Working Player of the Week content on 98.5thesportshub.com Bruins page, brought to you by the Peterson School. The Peterson School is now enrolling for their spring semester in Woburn, Westwood, Worcester, and Haverhill. Visit petersonschool.com to learn more.
Zaka will take the face-off near circle down to our left off of the icing. Cirelli able to beat him on the draw. Dastu sends around to the far side. Hagel back across toward the near side. Lilleberg in the neutral zone. His pass toward the Boston line. Steered away by Arvidsson. Given away along the near circle, though. And a chance by Cirelli. Handcuffed Swayman a bit, but he made the save. Now Dastu on the far side boards will rim it around behind toward the near corner. Kucherov shoved to the wall by Aspero. Puck brought back to the near point. Lilleberg walks center blue line all the way over to the far side. Leaves it along the blue line now to Kucherov. Stops against Aspero. Cuts back toward that far side. Lilleberg will bring it down the near circle. He turns with it to Kucherov. Top of the circle. And Kucherov gets upended by Aspero. And a penalty coming on the play. And now Dastu grabs a hold of Aspero and drags him to the ice while he was throwing his gloves off.
Well, there goes your power play.
That seems like an overreaction.
It was. It wasn't anything at all.
58 seconds to go in this second period. It looks like the Lightning should be going to the man advantage there, but
that's going to be taken away.
You would think.
I thought Aspero played Kucherov pretty well on that. It was hard to tell if if it was a trip or not. They had the delayed penalty coming.
Right.
Boston 45, 2 minutes for tripping.
Yeah, it's
2 and 2. So, yeah.
Aspero was locked up with Kucherov one-on-one. Kucherov makes a move between his legs. It's a nice move to try to get away. Yeah, I mean, Aspero stuck out his left leg a little bit, and that's what Dastu thought. You know, you stick out your leg, but it wasn't a whole lot.
And Aspero by the back collar and dragging him around eventually took him down, but so
you see a leg get stuck out. What's Cooper's complaining about what?
I mean, what are they supposed to give Aspero extra more than 2? I mean, there's not a whole lot to it.
I thought it's pretty straightforward.
So 58.1 to go in the period. 4 on 4 here.
I mean, I can only guess they wanted to get 4 minutes out of it, Aspero, but
Bruins will clear the zone. Up ice, Elias Lindholm gives it to McAvoy. McAvoy.
I never would settle for him.
Puck got away from him into that far corner. He's able to track it down. Pasternak from the near side of the blue line is going to play it all the way back to Jeremy Swayman. Bruins again.
Bozier with a couple of cross checks on Pasternak, so things are heating up a little bit.
Hampus Lindholm under pressure in his own zone, able to get around point. Up the right side. Cutting into the middle, and now to the near side is Elias Lindholm. Pasternak along the near circle, brings to the top of the circle, now to the high slot. Shot got blocked by Carlisle, and he's shaken up.
Got a good pick that time.
McAvoy to Pasternak, straight on shot, just wide. Chases his own rebound
a lot of space for him.
Brings in behind the net, turns, fires. Vasilevsky up against the near post, is going to get it to the horn.
Carlisle is going to just barely be able to get off the ice here after blocking that initial shot by Pasternak.
Declan Carlisle, the defenseman out of Merrimack College, working his way slowly back toward the bench. He'll have An intermission to try to shake that one off, and we'll have a minute 2 of 4-on-4 time that will carry over into the third period as the Bruins will take a 1-0 lead into the locker room for the second intermission. And a lot of chatter going on here between the two teams. Zborov and McAvoy, Moser among those from the Lightning involved in that. We'll take a break. Back with our second intermission here at TD Garden next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 49 years straight. Visit your New England Ford dealers today for great offers. A proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year total sales.
Hey, it's Patrice Bergeron. Every great play starts with an assist. That's why Avidia Bank and I are taking assists for kids beyond the rink. For every Boston assist, Avidia Bank donates $75 up to $30,000 to provide $150 max saving accounts for local kids. And Franklin Sports is donating $7,000 in street hockey equipment, giving us $37,000 to help kids get out and play. Because every kid deserves the chance to play and fall in love with the game, just like I did. I'm proud to team with Avidia Bank and Franklin Sports for assists for kids. Learn more at avidiabank.com/Team Bergeron. Avidia Bank, honest to goodness. Member of DIC, member DIF.
Electrical contractors, do you travel to job sites every morning wondering when your materials will arrive? Granite City Electric Supply can change that feeling and have your crews working first thing every morning. Use the GCE Night Train. Overnight delivery guaranteed by 6 a.m. to most job sites throughout New England. Or pick up at one of 27 GCE Night Train depot locations, providing convenient 24/7 access to materials for pickup on your schedule. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. Check out the rugged Honda Pilot, Ridgeline, CR-V, and Passport, all from the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.49% APR on a 2026 Pilot, a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V, or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport or 2026 Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details. Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit kpp.com for more information.
The Stanley Cup Playoffs Bracket Challenge presented by Expedia is back.
Come on, boys.
And now it's time to take your shot. Face off against family and friends. And see if you can predict this year's playoffs. Can you pick the perfect bracket and claim the ultimate prize? A trip to a 2026-27 NHL event and an Adventure Chrono NHL Limited Edition watch by Norcane. Sign up today at nhl.com/bracket.
So I'm running late for a hugely important meeting. Of course, traffic is bad. And then I got rear-ended. The timing was inconvenient. But I have to say, safety insurance made the claims process unbelievably convenient. I simply uploaded pics of my car. The claims adjuster sent me back an estimate. I even got the money to cover the repair digitally. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms conveniently.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
The Sports Hub.
Moser from the top of the left circle now. Shot gets forced wide of the net. McAvoy near circle, able to protect it. Sends one away, and Geeky's got a breakaway. Scores! Geeky rips it from between the circles. His 4th goal in the last 2 games. Bruins have the lead. That's the only goal through 2 periods. Bruins with a 1-0 lead over the Tampa Bay Lightning. Back alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. I mean, it's almost exactly where we were a week ago today through 2 periods. Bruins up 1-0 in Tampa Bay for that one. Tampa Bay has 13 shots through 2 periods, the exact number that they had in that game through 2 periods last Saturday. Bruins in that one ended up surrendering 3 goals in the third period and lost the game in regulation for the first time after they've led through 2 periods this year. But, they followed the script here and have a 1-0 lead against Tampa.
Yeah, there's a couple areas that the Bruins need to kind of dial in on a little bit. I mean, they've had a couple defensive mistakes. They turned the puck over a couple times in that second period inside their own zone, and where you had full control with it, and either made, in one case, the wrong play. It was Arvidsson trying to go up the middle, and he knew it as soon as he did. You could see his body language, and and the other one was McAvoy, where I think he wanted to change his mind. It looked like he was hesitant, and he ended up losing it, and it led to a couple good scoring chances for Tampa. But other than that, McAvoy's been very good here today. The one I talked about establishing their forecheck. I thought they established their forecheck a little bit better in that second period. They've missed the net 21 times today.
Yeah.
It seemed like, you're doing all that work in the offensive end. You're going to rotate the puck, whether it's low to high or even some of the forwards getting chances. And, that's a lot of times to miss the net through 40 minutes in this game. It just seemed like pucks, you're working hard to get it. You're working hard to get to the front of the net. And now you've got to hit the net. And some of those shots coming through from the point or, wherever it might be. Like Kaslick's been around it. That line's been trying to establish a forecheck. He's missing that 5 times today.
Yeah.
So it's there's a way to, you don't want to take a shot just for the sake of taking a shot, because it just, keeps Vasilevsky sharp. You know what I mean? You want to make sure you're taking that shot at the right time or with a purpose, or, actually, trying to score. But it's, that's just way too many right there for the Bruins. The volume has been there for them in this game. The amount that they've taken compared to what's been blocked and what's missed the net is a pretty high number right now.
Yeah, just to give you an idea, Tampa Bay's had, 24 attempts in the game so far. Bruins have had 22 that have gone wide of the net. Not to mention the 12 that have been on goal and another 14 that they've had blocked. It's been, they've by far had more opportunities down the Tampa Bay end.
Especially as that period wore on. Tampa had some chances. There was some. They said there was a couple defensive breakdowns, not just turnovers, but coverage-wise in their defensive zone. They've been pretty good off the rush, mostly here in this game. And Tampa is a team that likes to score off the rush. They've been pretty hard on Kucherov. Aspro was hard on him there late in the second period. Kucherov can get a little frustrated. He can run a little hot, and he made a nice move to draw the penalty. And then Dastu came in and grabbed him and threw him down to the ice. So that took away the power play that Tampa would have gotten. Would have been the only power play of the game so far.
Yeah, those are the only 2 penalties we've seen.
It's been a pretty friendly game, but it started to pick after that as well. Mosier was going after McAvoy a little bit, went after Pasternak a little bit on the 4-on-4 situation. So it won't take much for them to heat up. Tampa's lost 3 in a row. Boston's lost 4 in a row. Boston's fighting for a playoff spot. Tampa's fighting for first place. Still a lot on the line here in this game, and both teams trying to fine-tune their game. Hopefully, for the Bruins' sake, but hopefully for the playoffs, and Tampa certainly for the playoffs. But they can. It's their star players can run a little hot. Howard Hagel was fuming on the bench. Cooper was really upset, and like I said, up until that point, it had been a pretty mild-mannered game, and. Now you can see a few fireworks here in the third.
Yeah, we'll see, and hopefully the Bruins can avoid a repeat of what happened in the third period last week against this Lightning team who, as we told you about before the game, they're all talking about kind of getting their game ready for the playoffs. They know they're in the playoffs for the 9th straight season, but they want to use these last few games to, try and get everybody healthy, but also to try and find their game. Bruins and clinch a playoff spot if they can hang on to this victory here today, leading 1-0 over the Lightning at the end of 2 periods here at TD Garden. Time now for our music of the game, brought to you by Live Nation. Renowned J-Metal group Baby Metal makes their Xfinity Center debut on September 10th with Hailstorm and Violent Vira. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Check the out-of-town scoreboard when we return on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers. 98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
Surfside iced tea and lemonade with vodka. Light, refreshing, 100 calories. No bubbles, and it pairs perfectly with a day on the golf course. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Hey, it's Maz for Window Nation. Years ago, Window Nation came out to a rental property I owned, did an assessment, and explained to me why their windows are so good. And more recently, they also gave me a tutorial on their installation process from the sealant down to the mold spray. Right now with Window Nation, the more you buy, the more you save, up to 50% off all window styles. You could get 0% financing for 5 years. And because Window Nation is a proud partner of the Red Sox, be sure to ask how you could even get a pair of free Red Sox tickets. Visit windownation.com to schedule a consultation and do it today.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
Second intermission here at the TD Garden with the Bruins holding a 1-0 lead over the Tampa Bay Lightning. One other game going on right now, for, second period action. The Ottawa Senators with a 1-0 lead over the New York Islanders. Ridley Gregg, the goal scorer there, is 13th of the season. Other games of note here later on today. Washington Capitals will be taking on the Penguins. Edmonton will be in Los Angeles to take on the Kings. New Jersey visits Detroit. St. Louis at Chicago. Nashville plays host to Minnesota. The Rangers will be in Dallas to take on the Stars. It's Carolina out in Utah taking on the Mammoth. Toronto playing host to the Florida Panthers. Columbus Blue Jackets against the Montreal Canadiens at 7 o'clock tonight. Bruins will take on Columbus tomorrow in Columbus. Flyers also out in Winnipeg to take on the Jets. Seattle playing host to Calgary. Vegas is in Colorado. And San Jose hosting the Vancouver Canucks late night. Second intermission here in Boston. The Bruins leading the Tampa Bay Lightning by the score of 1-0. All the third period action coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
For nearly 4 decades, WellPoint has proudly provided health coverage to Massachusetts residents through the Group Insurance Commission. If you're insured through the GIC, WellPoint offers a variety of plan options to meet your needs with comprehensive medical benefits. Based right here in Massachusetts, WellPoint is committed to supporting state and municipal employees and their families who serve our Commonwealth. WellPoint is here for your whole health, physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being. To learn more, visit wellpointmass.com.
Don't waste time looking for the lowest price on Bridgestone tires, because when it comes to Bridgestone tires, nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. That's right, you get the guaranteed lowest price, plus the most free services for life on your new Bridgestone tires. Town Fair Tire is the area's largest discount tire dealer with over 125 locations. Nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
The Shaw's and Star Market Foundation have teamed up with 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time Boston feeds the puck to help score a goal, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to end hunger here in Eastern Mass. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure their neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive. Locally, with each assist, the foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help our neighbors in need. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feed the puck.
Builders, remodelers, and homeowners, listen up. Partner with one of the most trusted, independently owned lumberyards and showrooms around, Cape Cod Lumber and CCL Homescapes. Check out CCL Homescapes for your Anderson 400 Series windows and doors for your next project. Anderson is the #1 trusted window and door brand. CCL, your go-to supplier for Anderson 400 Series windows and doors. Visit us online or come and see us in person in Abington. CCL, 100% employee owned and operated.
TD Bank's here for an assist with a special checking and savings account offer for new customers. Perfect for fans of the Bruins. Learn more at td.com/garden offer or stop by any TD Bank location in New England. Terms and eligibility apply. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins.
The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
It's time for This Date in Bruins History, being restored by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors.
Bruins have stayed true to form here, and they're going to continue it as Miro Shatan will hop over the boards. And if he scores, the Bruins will win the game. Shatan, he had a beautiful shootout goal against Toronto earlier this year. His only shootout goal of the season. Here he comes with a chance to win it. Down the slot, fakes the shot, now a backhand, and he scores. Oh, what a beautiful move by Shatan to clinch the shootout for the Bruins, and they win the game over the Capitals in the shootout 4-3.
This date in Bruins history taking us back to 2010. Bruins defeat the Washington Capitals by a 4-3 score in their 19th shootout of the season, which tied the NHL record for single-season shootouts by one team. We get ready to start. I should mention, this state in Bruins history being restored by Blue Sky Restoration. Remember, if you have a property disaster, visit gobluesky.com. That's go, B-L-U sky.com. Blue Sky Restoration, restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow. So as we head to the third period here at TD Garden, Bruins with a 1-0 lead over the Tampa Bay Lightning. The only goal coming in that second period, Morgan Geekie with a breakaway, his 38th of the season, set up by Charlie McAvoy at 10:47. For McAvoy, that is his 50th assist of the season. He becomes the first Bruins defenseman with 50 assists in a season since Ray Bourque back in the 95-96 season. So it has been 30 years. It is the 23rd time in franchise history that a Bruins defenseman has put up 50 assists in one season. McAvoy is only the 5th different individual to accomplish that. Ray Bourque did it 12 times. Bobby Orr did it 6. Brad Park with 3, and Carl Vadnais with 1. So McAvoy joining a pretty exclusive club there. Had already previously set a new career high for points in a season with his 61st here today.
Yeah, more conversation on another note. Just before we start the period, Brandon Hagel had a long conversation with the referee. He was one of the guys that was fired up over on the bench. Him and John Cooper were, during that last sequence, I can only think that they wanted more for Aspro because they thought maybe he stuck out. They thought he stuck out his leg. It's the only thing I could guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't look like a whole lot.
The penalty to Dastu was an easy call.
So Aspro and Dastu still in the box for the first minute and a few seconds of this third period. Bruins will be going from left to right. They control the puck first. Hampus Lindholm, long pass ahead for Elias Lindholm. Puck off the near boards. McAvoy's got some space. Centering pass for Elias is picked off by Cirelli.
Also back.
Cirelli up the left side. Centering pass off of Hampus Lindholm.
It's a good defensive play. The Bruins have not given up much in terms of odd man rushes, and that was a partial one there.
Matt Hagel coming down that far side. Here is McAvoy turning with it inside the Tampa Bay zone. Gives it to Fraser Minten in the right corner. Minten Comes out toward the hash marks, tried to cut back down low. Moser sealed him off.
Yeah, well played by Moser.
Moser with possession along the near wall. 15 to go on the 4-on-4. Cirelli going to drop it back. Moser back over to that far side. Here comes Kucherov through the neutral zone. Drops it for Point. Left wing circle. Point pivots toward the corner. Puck loose behind the net. Kucherov tried to get it back out in front. Minton was there. And then Medinov was there as well to block a centering pass as the 4-on-4 is over. Minute 15 into the third period. Bruins up by a goal. Through the neutral zone. Dump in by Gensel. Rattles around behind Jeremy Swayman. 13 saves on the day for Swayman so far. 11 out of 12 for Vasilevsky. Zacha to Arvidsson. Bruins gain the attack zone. Turning with it out near the blue line. Middlestat for Lohrei. Got through him. Zacha kept it alive, but his centering pass is blocked by Lilleberg.
Yeah, I slid to block it.
Lilleberg out near his own blue line, turns back. Lightning started change. Bruins will match. Lilleberg take the pass, now steps to the red line and dumps in. Swayman goes behind the net, stops it there, sent it around the far side. It got to Gonsalves. Centering pass for Paul, and that shot tipped just wide.
Not a clean handoff that time between Swayman and Hampus Lindholm over in that far boards. I mean, Swayman would like to have that one back. He kept it right along the boards. And
here's Geekie, far circle to Tampa Bay zone. Crossing pass to Pasternak on the near wall. Now Geekie out of the corner, try to play it back toward Pasternak out of his reach. McAvoy has to hustle back ahead of Connor Geekie. Hampus, far side, picked off by Paul. And the Lightning stay in on the attack. Hampus able to win it back, give it to McAvoy. Angles it just for Pasternak just outside the blue line to Geekie. And now he turns back to McAvoy. Bruins still in their own zone here. McAvoy's pass for Aspero. Aspero stopping short of the red line, turned over. 2-on-1 for the Lightning. Crossing pass for Kucherov, and McAvoy got a piece of it. Around that far side, it gets through Carlisle and out of the zone.
Yeah, I mean, 3 turnovers in the last, minute?
Yeah. Playing with fire here as Hagel along the near boards gets held up against the wall by Aspero. Cirelli and Corrali both in there as well. They're going to blow the play down here. And now Kastelik and Moser clash sticks, and then Jeannot comes over and gets in Moser's face. Linesman grabbed those guys in a bear hug.
Moser's a feisty player. I mean, he plays hard. But yeah, the Bruins, I mean, so you had the bad handoff there between Swayman, and he's trying to go into the far corner to Hampus Lindholm, and then you had a second turnover, and then Aspero turned it over right in front of the bench. You make couple good defensive plays to make sure Tampa doesn't even really get a shot on goal. Paul had the good chance from the slot, though.
Right. Less than 3.5 minutes into this third period. Bruins protecting a 1-goal lead. Point gets it back to Lilleberg for a drive right off of the draw. And the glove stopped by Swayman.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to see that coming in.
That'll be another face-off to his right.
Yeah, I got a good look at it.
The Elias Lindholm against Gensel on this face-off. Elias 10-4 on the day before that one. Lightning control it. Puck comes around behind the net. Gord ridden into the corner by Zadorov. And they're going to get Elias Lindholm, it looks like, on a penalty here. As puck comes back toward Lilleberg at the right point. Eyssimont blocks a pass across the ice. He'll gain possession, and that'll draw the whistle for the penalty. Holding is the indication. And Tampa will get the first power play for either side in this game with 16:14 to go.
Zadorov thinks it's on him. See, he had his, he was trying to, just leave it alone on Gord, and then Lindholm came in, and Gensel just keeps his feet moving, and they'll call Lindholm for the penalty. And it's a good forecheck by Tampa, but Bruins a little self-inflicted on some of the turnovers that they've had.
Zadorov headed to the penalty box out of habit.
You could have made a case for him as well on that, but it's close.
So Tampa power play goes to work here. They are 1 for 27 over their last 8 games.
Doesn't matter.
It does not matter. Kucherov and company are extremely dangerous. Bruins get a quick clear here. Dastu going to start from his own zone. Lightning are moving from right to left. Just over 4 minutes gone in this third period. Kucherov gets it from point. Gives it back to point inside the Bruins zone. Walking down the left wing circle. Angles it around behind the net. Taking off that far wall. Kucherov a crossing pass. Bjorkstrand throws one in front. Redirected up and out of play.
But Bjorkstrand can shoot it. He's kind of the forgotten guy in this power play. You know, when you think about all the weapons that they have, whether it's point, Kucherov. You've got Dastu playing the point right now because there's a couple of Radish out.
Right. Yeah,
Gensel.
Bjorkstrand's got 11 goals this year. 9 of them have come on the power play.
He can shoot it.
Face off in the near circle to our left. Kastelik and Gensel. Kastelik wins it back into the corner. McAvoy sends it around the far side. Corrali couldn't catch up with it. Kucherov to the center of the blue line. Bjorkstrand to the left circle. Back to Dastu. Over to Kucherov. A one-time drive from just outside the top of the circle. Scooped up with a glove by Swayman. Minute 17 left on the Tampa power play.
You know, the Bruins won that draw, and they just they make the right play, but it's just out of the reach of Corrali, and it just allows Tampa to be in that zone. They had a unique entry into their zone, into the offensive zone. Tampa did. It was like a double delay, and it ends up being in the hands of Kucherov.
This draw, McAvoy hammers it around the boards and all the way out.
If they go with that again. Yeah, Point's going to be the first guy coming back. He'll get the first drop pass.
Dastu angles it off the boards to Point through the red line.
Here comes the second.
Now delays for Kucherov. Kucherov couldn't get around Husnadinov. A couple of bodies down. Kucherov and Minton.
Kucherov took Minton down, and there's no whistle.
Yes, a lot of guys milling around here around Kucherov, but Lightning come forward. Point just inside the Boston line, forced to turn over by Corrali.
I can't tell if Kucherov is hurt or just frustrated. He's just kind of floating right now.
Dastu back at his own blue line here with 35 seconds to go on their power play. Gensel on that right side, give and go, gets him into the zone. To Bjorkstrand along the near wall, top of the circle. Turns back to his forehand, back to Dastu. Over to that far side, try to work it back through the high slot. Corrali dives and knocks it out of the zone. Kastelik shorthanded, skates onto the puck from the far circle, trying to get to the front, but angled in behind by Bjorkstrand. Kastelik out in front. Minton deeks to his left, and then ran out of space. Couldn't get Vasilevsky to bite.
I mean, take the shot right away or try to wait him out. He tried to wait him out, and Vasilevsky skated with him.
Minton able to wrestle Cirelli off of the puck. He dumps it back in.
Great effort by Corrali to get that puck out. Second effort diving, and that led to the chance by Kastelik.
Power play over. 6 minutes gone, third period. Bruins still up a goal. Peak to Zadorov, far corner of the Bruins zone. Back into the middle for Peak. Pass up the right side, Elias Lindholm. Brings it into the Tampa Bay zone for Geekie off the left wing side. Around the near side boards, Pasternak back toward the slot. And Geekie got knocked down as he was coming in front. Lightning clear it back toward the near side for McDonough and up into neutral ice. Gonsalves, he's got Hagel on a breakaway, scores! Hagel walked in between the circles. Swayman got a good piece of it with the pad, but it trickles in, and we're tied at 1.
The Bruins, Aspro gets sucked into the middle of the ice here, and it's going to leave Hagel open coming down that right wing side. It's way too far over. I think he thought he had support over there, but even still, he's well past the midway point, you know, middle of the ice over on McAvoy's side, and that's just going to open up that lane for Hagel. Hagel gets right in between the hash marks. Like you said, Swayman got a lot of it, but it just squeaks its way through on the 5-hole.
Brandon Hagel's 36th goal of the season. And the Bruins and Lightning now even at a goal apiece with 13:15 left in regulation. Off a dump in, puck around the near side boards. Middlestat brings it down toward the end wall. Pass picked off behind the net by Moser. Out toward the blue line. Paul coming through the neutral ice. They work it back toward Moser in the slot and send it off of Paul and wide into the far corner. Carlisle shot from out near the center of the blue line with traffic in front. Swayman able to make that glove stop. And we'll take a timeout with 12:51 to go in regulation. It's a 1-1 game here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Ah, New England spring. We're so ready to get outside and celebrate with all the deliciousness from Big Y. Charcuterie expertly plated, oh so nicely. Shrimp with cocktail sauce, chilled and spicy. Spiral ham glazed to perfection. Candies, cakes, and other sweet confections. Ah, yes, spring has finally sprung. Big Y. Nicely done.
Hey, it's Zoe, and I've been telling you about CertaPro painters for a long time now. They did the outside of the house. They also did the inside. You can trust them to get the job right because they take pride in what they do. Free estimates, reliable communication, and professional painting, meaning there's no drips on the floor. There's no splashes on the walls. There's 70,000 five-star reviews. When you choose CertaPro painters at Certa with the C, you're not just hiring service, you're partnering with a trusted local professional. Each CertaPro painters is locally owned. Schedule a free estimate online at CertaPro.com. And don't forget, ask about their spring sales event for 10% off qualifying projects through May 15th.
No components means no connection. New Power is a global distributor built for tight supply. We stock and source memory, CPUs, GPUs, ICs, and more. New Power keeps parts moving because parts don't sleep. Visit newpowerww.com. They're hiring.
This is Matthew Slater. Charles D. Sheehy isn't just a name, it's a promise. Across New England, CDS delivers the products, partnership, and reliability that keep projects on track and teams working with confidence. When it matters most, trust CDS to keep you moving. Learn more at cdsi.com.
This is Boston's home for sports.
12:51 to go, third period. Bruins and Lightning now tied at 1. Charlie McAvoy with a lone assist on the day. And with that feed, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation donates another $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about Feeding the Puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. So all even. Face off to the left of Jeremy Swayman with 12:51 to go in regulation. And they're going to kick Minton out of the circle here.
Been tossed a couple times today.
Yeah. Protesting a bit, but heads out. Husnudinov wins the draw in his place, and Zadorov rims it up the far side. Now, back near his own blue line, Dostu. Red for Gord, cross ice. Here's Connor Geekie, lost the puck at the top of the circle. Minton heads the other way. Toss it across toward the right side, and Husnudinov tracking it, but cleared back out of the Tampa Bay zone. Bruins with Andrew Peak back in his own
Bruins
zone.
Still looking for their first shot here this period. They had a chance there with Minton, but they've been defending most of this period.
Here's Gord stepping around behind the Bruins net to the near side circle. Asamont to the red line. Pushed it off the wall and deep. Lilleberg step ahead of Minton. Up to Gord. Had to stop short coming out of his zone. He was about to run headlong into Morgan Geekie. Kucherov now just outside his own blue line to drop it back. Lilleberg over to the far side. Now Hagel taking it toward that right side. Gives over there to Kucherov just inside the Bruins line. Got it off to Carlisle coming toward the slot. Had his pocket picked and got it back and got a shot blocked.
Had to step on Pasternak. Pasternak didn't give up, was able to reach in.
Elias Lindholm gets to Geekie. Centering pass just out of the reach of McAvoy. Peeled off the near circle by Pasternak. Take away by Sorelli. In the corner, Pasternak and Geekie converge on Moser, but the puck goes over to Carlisle. They'll come back his way again now with 11:18 to go here in regulation. Gonsalves with some speed into the neutral zone, then runs out of space at the red line. Corrali and Kastelik both waiting for him. Lightning have it back in their own zone again. Corrali blocks a dump in by Chernak at the red line. Zadorov to Corrali. Bats it forward. McDonough plays it away from Kastelik. Jeannot waiting for everyone to get onside. Gets it into the Lightning zone. Sends it behind the net. McDonough. Big hit by Kastelik. Corrali from the far corner will rim it back around near side. And Gonsalves just axes it out of the zone. Zadorov skates back onto it in the Bruins end. Jeannot feathers it down the right wing corner. Lilleberg pushed it around the far side to Gensel and back out. Lorai to Zadorov and right back in. Vasilevsky stops it in the trapezoid. Kastelik pressuring him, but the puck gets around the near side and it'll be fired ahead by Dastu. Directed in by Sabourin. Aspero. Zaka, and now in the neutral ice, Lorai's pass picked off. Sabourin right back into the Bruins zone. Pass to his right, and the shot turned away as Perry put it on Swayman. Sabourin gets it back from Perry, and back in come the Lightning. Here's Perry off a drop pass, and Swayman makes another stop. Arvidsson pushes Mittelstadt back the other way. Mittelstadt cutting to the left wing, circle a shot off the shoulder of Vasilevsky. 9.5 to go in regulation in a tie game. Mittelstadt reads one and keeps it in the zone. Left circle, throws it in front. Arvidsson! And covered up by Vasilevsky. We'll take a break with 9:23 to go in regulation. Bruins 1, Lightning 1. Here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HRV.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law Group. There's something about Bruins hockey, toughness, tradition, and pride that runs deep in New England. That same mindset is how Catches Law Group was built for over 40 years. We've been this region's hometown law firm, fighting for our neighbors and recovering over $3 billion for the people who count on us. We are real trial lawyers who deliver real results. Because when the pressure's on, you need a team built to battle. Visit catcheslaw.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Hi, I'm Rich McKinnon, president of the Professional Firefighters of Massachusetts, and I'm proud to partner with Service Credit Union. Service Credit Union supports our health, safety, and financial well-being of Massachusetts firefighters with competitive rates, easy online banking, and personal member-first service. They put people before profits and stand with the first responders who answer the call to protect and serve every day. Success built on trust, banking built on service. Join thousands who are making a difference and become a member today at servicecu.org/73reasons.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CRV or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
The latest Bruins Authentics auction is live. Don't miss your chance to place your bids on the game-used away set 2 jerseys, including the sweaters worn by Pavel Zacha and Marat Husnudinov when they both scored their first career hat tricks. Head to BruinsAuthentics.com and place your bids. Auction closes tonight at 10 p.m. Tied at 1, 9:23 to go here in the third period. Bruins trying to clinch a playoff spot with a victory here this afternoon. Lightning break out of their own zone. Gensel coming up the near left wing side. Cuts toward the middle and sends it in front for Point. Redirected into the far corner. Point able to keep alive over there. Batted at by Gensel. Here's Dastu walking it along the blue line all the way to the near boards and back down toward the corner it goes. Heat trying to hold Gensel against the wall. Gonsalves gets it off the wall back to Dastu with a left point with a shot in front. That ricochets into the far corner. Outlet comes to Minton. He'll skate through the red line. Dumps in around behind Vasilevsky. Dastu will rim it up that far side. Cut off by Geekie. Left circle shot, and Vasilevsky blockers that one out of play.
Yeah, Tampa's making a line change, and that just left Geekie wide open over on the boards. Attacks the net from that left wing side. Fans, score a hat trick with the VideaBank's free checking. Get your paycheck up to 2 days early. Enjoy free ATMs through the Sum and All Point networks and no minimum balance or monthly fees. Visit VideaBank.com for details. A VideaBank, honest to goodness. Member FDIC, member DIF.
Morgan Geekie, who scored the only goal of the game so far for the Bruins and has 4 goals in his last 2. Face off to the right of Vasilevsky. He's faced 2 Bruin shots here in this period. There's a third. Pasternak from the top of the circle right off the face-off. Hagel brings the Lightning forward, trying to fight his way around McAvoy. Hampus Lindholm gets it to McAvoy in the near corner. Moser cuts it off of the blue line. Cirelli over to the far side. Kucherov with a shot, disrupted by Geekie.
They just banned on that.
Here's Moser with a shot. That one blocked, and Geekie's got it. He's got Pasta coming up the right side, trying to drag around Moser one way, then the other, and Moser's going to wind up with the puck. To the red line into the Boston blue. Hagel, top of the circle. Kucherov shot in and out of Swayman's glove. Geekie grabs the rebound and skates up ice. He's by himself. We'll send it softly in toward the end wall.
Bruins have probably allowed 3 or 4 grade A chances off Tampa's rushes today in this period.
Being hit by Pasternak in the near corner. Puck lobbed out toward the center of the blue line. Aspero brings it back toward the near wall and rims it around. Pasternak on that far side. Cirelli able to win it. Tossed out into center ice. Aspero gloves it down, sticks it along for Lohrei. Turns away from Bjorkstrand. Middlestat cross ice. Arvidsson waiting for it as each stays on side. Comes around behind the net. McDonough taken into the corner by Zaka. Back around that far side. And Gord through the neutral zone. Lohrei will skate back out of Bjorkstrand. Around that far side, Carlisle over by the Tampa Bay bench with 7 minutes even to play in a 1-1 game. Lohrei and Aspero back in the Bruins zone. Aspero will skate it to the red line and dump in from there. Way back toward the corner. Hit the referee. Lightning, though, will regain possession. Gord's pass knocked down. Corrali's got it to Kastelik. Far circle. Put it on his forehand, and the shot is grabbed by Vasilevsky. No rebound.
Both teams have a little turnover-itis. I mean, it's Bruins have it has not been a strong period for them. I mean, the turnovers that they've had, and then identifying off the rush. You've got 4 guys off these rushes. That last one was Kucherov coming right down the gut. It's a glove save made by Swayman, who's been busy this period. And it's the quality shots.
Yeah. And it's 8 shots total, but there have been some really good ones in there.
Identifying off the rush has not been the strong point.
Corrali wins the draw. Kastelik's shot was blocked by Sabarin. Near side circle. Kastelik working against Perry. And now Connor Geekie, who's sent flying by Jeannot. But the Lightning with possession. Pass up the left side. Here is Connor Geekie into the Bruins zone. Turns with it along the hash marks. Gets it back to Moser. Over to the far side. One-timer is blocked by Kastelik. He's got the puck along that far circle. Gives it to Zadorov to pivot back in behind the net. Bruins go for a change. Lightning doing the same. 6 minutes left in regulation. Trying to redirect that puck deep, but instead it'll come back into Bruins territory. Swayman to McAvoy, to Husnudinov. He'll carry to his own blue line. Into the middle for Asimon. Hands off for Minton, cutting in on the right wing side. Round the boards, it goes to the far side. Lilleberg over there along with Husnudinov. Now Asimon. Puck is grabbed by Gonzalez, and he'll bring it through center ice here for Tampa Bay. Harassed the whole way by Minton. They do get it across the line. Dastu just able to keep it alive. Over to that far side. One-timer kicked away by Swayman.
That's a good shot because there was good traffic in front.
Dastu kept in but turned over. Husnudinov to the red line. Minton at the Tampa Bay blue. McAvoy sends it toward the high slot. Asimont. Hampus Lindholm has it redirect. Settled down by Point. Out to Gensel, and from the red line, he'll dump it in as we hit 5 minutes to go here in regulation. McAvoy passes to Middlestat. on his horse coming to the red line. Tried to get it deep. Knocked down by Moser. Arvidsson from the red line steps forward into the Tampa Bay zone. Taken to the wall by Moser. Puck brought behind the net by Carlisle. Hagel will carry it through center. Peak takes one away just inside the Boston line. Off the near glass. Arvidsson and Zacha into the Lightning zone, but Hagel is there. 4:25 left. Kucherov gets Hagel on the left side. Throws it in front. Swayman with the stick. Able to keep that away from Kucherov, who was crashing down the far side. Dastu now with the left point. Pass back over to the far side. Lost out of the zone. Pasternak trying to take it away from Lilleberg. But the Lightning able to regain. Here's Gord. Hit by Peak along the near wall. Centering pass right in front of Swayman. A chance there for Bjorkstrand. Looking to tip that one on goal. Toss back out towards center ice. Gord gets it from Dastu. Gives it up for Paul. Down the right wing side he goes. Into the corner against Tampa's Lindholm. Morgan Geekie there as well. Puck will come back toward McDonough. On to Moser. Turns, fires, and that one tipped from the near circle by Paul. Ended up going wide on the short side. Gord gets it back over to that far point. Thrown back in front. That knocked down in the slot. Turnaround shot by Moser is blocked. Bruins gain possession. Pasternak will feather one forward into the Tampa Bay zone. Bruins needed a change. McDonough dumps back in from the red line. We hit 3 minutes to go in regulation. Peak from the near circle. Lifting ahead. Kastelic gets a piece of it into the Tampa zone. It goes. Vasilevsky played it away from the side of his net to Dastu. Now Gensel overskated. Turned over. Kastelic over to Jeannot, and his shot goes up and over the glass, out of play. Timeout with 2:44 to go in regulation. Bruins 1, Lightning 1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Honda Spring Event. Now's the time to check out the Honda Civic and HR-V from Honda, the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R. Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit kpp.com for more information.
Now at Wendy's, you can go big, biggie, or biggier. With our new $4, $6, or $8 meal, you choose your deal, as you should. Sorry, I get fired up when I'm talking deals. More biggie options, more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Hey, it's Corey Wade, Regional Project Director at Blue Sky Restoration Contractors. If you experience a large-scale property loss, Blue Sky is the only company you need. We coordinate the work of building and environmental consultants, architects, and engineers so you don't have to. At Blue Sky, we have a unique workflow which emphasizes timelines, communication, and project information so you're never left wondering what's next. So when disaster strikes your property, don't panic. Just visit goblusky.com and we'll take it from there. Blue Sky Restoration, restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
Miller time. It only happens if you make it happen. So say hello with some beers. Make the plans. Live a little. Because legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Champions play here. The Sports Hub.
And hockey season's the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Bruins and Lightning tied at 1, 2:44 left in regulation. Morgan Geekie, 38th of the year on a breakaway midway through the second period, got the Bruins the lead. Brandon Hagel on a breakaway at 6:37 of the third, tied the game at 1. And that's where we are with under 3 minutes to go. Face off in the attack zone for Fraser Minton against Cirelli. Controlled by the Lightning, brought in behind the net. Moser to the near side for Hagel. Got away from him. Dumped right back in behind the net by Husnadinov. Pressure put on back there against Carlisle. Bruins can't get the puck in front. McDonough will feather it out of the corner. Hagel turned over near circle. Shot by Husnudinov, got blocked. Comes back toward the near wall. Hagel again can't get it cleared. Batted around near the top of the face-off circle. Sorelli will get it out. Taken back at the red line, Hampus Lindholm struggling to get that puck to settle.
Everybody's chopping it to pieces.
Bruins do get it deep. Both teams get some changes on. 2 minutes left in regulation. Lightning start out of their zone, going from right to left. Dastu will dump in from the red line. Around the boards it goes. Zadorov behind the net to Peak, near side, cut off by Gensel. It'll rim around the far side. Middlestat's over there, and then he lost it. All the way out near the blue line comes Point. Trying to keep away from Middlestat. Got the shot through and a rebound, scores. And it's Emil Lilleberg who puts home the rebound with 1:35 to go. Tampa's in the lead 2-1.
It's another terrible turnover. Middlestat's there. He gets the puck in the corner. Like, there's going to be pressure. You know that there's going to be pressure, but he's got a second or two to make a decision or get his feet moving. Isn't able to do it. Point ends up making a nice move out high and sends his puck to the net, and then Lilleberg is able to get this rebound and chip it home, but it's the turnovers.
Bruins led by one coming into the third period, and now the Lightning have a 2-1 lead.
There's a rebound because Gensel got the tip on the initial shot coming through from Point. There was a pad save made by Swayman initially, and then it's Lilleberg able to chip it home. But it all starts after a turnover. You have full possession of the puck.
So 95 seconds left, and the Bruins now need one to tie. They win the face-off at center ice. Hampus Lindholm from inside his own blue line. Pasternak at center ice. Right side, McAvoy tipped it into the attack zone. Swayman has gone to the bench. McAvoy is shaken up. As the puck comes back out into neutral ice, Pasternak gives back toward his own blue line here to Geekie. Minute 12 left as Geekie starts forward from his own blue line. Cutting to the left, Kucherov took the puck from him, still loose near center ice. And now it's Hagel, sent it across ice as Elias Lindholm helps stand up Kucherov. Bruins have it back, 57 seconds to go. Zaka coming ahead, steps into the line. Left wing circle. Around behind the net, it comes to the near side corner. McAvoy crossing pass, and Kucherov blocks that. It goes sailing up over the netting in the far corner, out of play. 45 seconds left.
Yeah, a lot of issues for the Bruins just getting into the zone. Then they finally got in. It was Zaka weaving his way through the neutral zone to get in. A little high stick there by Hagel. There's been a couple high sticks that maybe have been missed.
That one was the one on McAvoy.
One on Corrali a few shifts ago.
45.2 seconds left. Face-off inside the Tampa Bay zone. 6-on-5 manpower advantage here for Boston. Off the draw. Puck pulled back to the point by Middlestat. Gets it back from McAvoy out near the blue line. Tried to shoot. It was blocked. Loose puck out near the blue line. Hagel, we got penalties coming up. Interference is the indication, and the Bruins are going to get a power play with 33.6 to go.
It's going to Hagel.
So it'll be a 6-on-4 power play now.
Got a piece of Middlestat. Kind of stuck out his rear end after moving that puck up to Kucherov, but timeout here by the Bruins.
The Bruins, 6 attackers all gathered around assistant coach Steve Spott and the whiteboard. Regulation loss to that list. Face-off near circle down to our right for Elias Lindholm. Able to win the draw. Pushed back to Pasternak, who's out at the point. Center blue line here for McAvoy. Pasta top of the right circle. Gets it down low. Back to Pasta. Over to the far circle. A one-timer by Geekie.
It hit Arvidsson.
Geeky, near circle to Pasternak. High slot, shot, save Vasilevsky. Rebound comes back to McAvoy, 16 seconds left. Zacha near circle to McAvoy up top to Zacha. Throws it in front off Vasilevsky. 7 to go. Pasternak got it in front. Diving effort by Zacha. Can't keep it alive. It's cleared back into the Bruins zone, and that is going to do it. For the second straight Saturday, the Tampa Bay Lightning come from a goal down in the third period and beat the Bruins in regulation. Boston loses their 5th straight game and misses out on a chance to try to clinch a playoff spot here this afternoon at TD Garden. 2-1 the final. Lightning win it. Back in a moment on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HRV.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Poor Diana in accounting. She fell for an email phishing scam. Computers shut down. And people freaked out, especially about getting paid.
Hey!
Fortunately, the company had cyber risk coverage from Safety Insurance. Safety covered the cost of systems and data restoration, business income-related losses, and more. Don't let one human error shut down your business. Ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life storms, even the cyber kind.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law Group. There's something about Bruins hockey, toughness, tradition, and pride that runs deep in New England. That same mindset is how Catches Law Group was built for over 40 years. We've been this region's hometown law firm, fighting for our neighbors and recovering over $3 billion for the people who count on us. We are real trial lawyers who deliver real results. Because when the pressure's on, you need a team built to battle. Visit catcheslaw.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at timbertech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team. TD Bank cardholders